Hello, everyone.
We're a little late.
We're a little late. By a little late, we're like 2 minutes late.
Yeah.
I had mic problems. So I need you guys to tell me, am I too loud? Or do I need to be louder? Or am I just a woman? One of those things. Might be just that I'm a woman.
Yes, dear.
Yes, dear.
Yes, dear.
Well, Scott, you're going to do your job and introduce our guest.
I was so hoping that you were going to try.
No, I'm not even going to try because we've been there and I screwed up and
It sounds awesome.
You don't want to call your guest a bad name.
All right. For everybody that I'm sure by now everybody knows the whole spiel. This is a Get to Know Gamer where we ask our guests to pick 10 or more games that would define them as a gamer. And this week we have 8BitGlitch79. Yeah. Now, most people don't know what I'm joking about when I want my wife to introduce them because what were we recording? We were doing something and she did like 6 or 7 takes and every time it was
bad.
Say it.
Well, I think we were doing the Christmas special for you.
Oh,
yeah.
And I cannot say, and I think we also nominated you for YouTuber of the Month.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, every time I tried to say 8-bit, it came out 8-bitch. And I was like, I can't do this, Scott. Like, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this.
She walked out of the room a couple of times.
I did. I
was hysterical. I was laughing my butt off.
You're not the only one. I've had that a lot, so it's pretty funny. I thought of making a series where I like pick a game, and it's 8-bit glitch, and I'm the pro. I love this game because of this, and then I was gonna do like the split thing where there's a second me dressed differently, and I'm 8-bitch glitch, and I just
that would be awesome.
Shoot the game down with all the negatives about it.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
That would be awesome.
I would love it. That would be so hilarious.
So before we get into any games, how about you tell all the viewers a little bit about your channel?
Oh boy. Okay. My channel, let's see. It's mostly unboxings of like mystery boxes. I do the VGM, the Video Games Monthly, and I do retro game treasure boxes.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how I started because I was following a lot of channels that did that, and I thought that's cool. And my wife bought Video Games Monthly as a gift, and I started getting it for a few months, and then I was like, you know what, I could do this film it thing and pop it up there and see what happens, whatever. So I started it, and that's how the channel kind of snowballed, just doing that, and I continue to still do those. I've done some product review things, but those get a lot of views, but I don't get a lot of subs from them. It's strange.
Yeah.
Like my controller reviews, I'll get like hundreds and hundreds. Even I have one that's like 1,000 hits and watches, but like I noticed I don't get a lot of subs from it. So
do you know what?
Our Pandora's box was the same way.
Yeah.
We have like in the like 40-something thousand views, but we're only at 2,000 something subs. It doesn't make sense, right?
And
that means there's how many people that don't like us?
Davis Deadly was saying the same thing because he does PS5 stuff and said that his PS5 like different component reviews and stuff like that get a ton of views, but he doesn't get any subs from it. Like people like kind of hit him and then leave. They're like, "Oh, cool, thanks for the information."
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye, Felicia.
I got that one because I ordered the TurboGrafx 16 Mini and it got delayed. So I canceled my order and ordered it from Japan and got it in like 2 days.
What? Oh,
and I did a like right then that night I did like a review video on it. And then I did a live premiere of it and everything. Oh, nice. And I put a lot of work into it. And it was a pretty long video and I got a lot of views. But again, like I feel like I didn't get a lot from it. You know what I mean? So I kind of steered away from doing those just because it's like, wow, I put all this effort in, but it's really not getting me anything, it seems.
Well, that's what's frustrating when you put your heart and soul into a video and you're like, this is a great video.
That happens,
and it just doesn't do anything for you. You're like, oh, okay, cool. And then you move on. Like,
so I've tried to figure out some other different things to do. So I got some things and some ideas in the works that I've had for a while, just trying to figure it out how I want to do them. and find the time to do them and stuff. So
it's a lot of work.
It is.
I started a new thing where I got to do a new one. I hadn't worked on it yet, but I got an idea. I did one episode so far where I take a video game and I put a different video game's music over it. And it's kind of like, what if the music was different? And the first one I did was I took Adventures of Link, but I put the Rambo NES music over it. It was the village music when he's in the town, and then like when he's in the cave, it's the dun, 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 and people seem to like that and thought it went pretty well because it kind of fits.
It does change the feel of a game for sure, because
everything, like
music back then made games because there wasn't there wasn't a lot in the graphics department, so you relied heavily
music
on
almost told you how you're supposed to feel.
Music it does. Even when you do a video, when you overlay music on it and you're like, okay, this is a upbeat happy video, I need upbeat happy music, or if this is like kind of a comedy video, I need some comedic music in there. So music does set the tone for a lot of stuff. We have a lot of people in the chat saying hi. We got Hollywood Polo, hey Retro,
hey
Modan Design saying he made it, and he got dunk. He got dunk.
Good. Oh,
yeah, that you got
you're
dunk.
Missing an R.
You're missing an R because you're dunk. Waves of Game saying let's go. We got Marcus Bolt saying hey. Gernaldino.
There you go.
Saying hello all. Lord Zabalba,
You're nailing this.
I'm nailing these because my mic troubles made me so like awesome in other areas.
We had to steal this from our son, and she was in full meltdown. Here
full
up
like
until
meltdown
a couple
mode.
Minutes ago.
Don Ducky Duck saying, "Hey everyone," and oh my God, we got so many people in the chat saying, "What's up?" It's awesome.
Holy
Dan,
smokes.
bunch of numbers, Magadan. I think a lot of people like you. Chris James T, Alpha Nerd. I think they're here for you. Corona in a can. Got all your peeps in the house. That's awesome, guys. Thumb Brothers, thanks so much for tuning in, guys. We can't wait to see all your games. And hey, Dad, let's play.
Before we get into the games, this is our tradition. We always, what are we drinking?
Yeah.
What are we drinking?
Okay. Well, let's see.
I'm drinking rum, and I got Mio and some ice, so I'm starting off slow because I had a bunch of beer earlier. Jen?
I have Diet Pepsi, and I was going to stick to Diet Pepsi, and Scott's like, really? And I'm like, fine, throw a shot of rum in there.
A shot of rum.
So that's a shot of rum.
That's serendipitous because
I seen the rum. Yeah.
Is that coconut?
No, it's pineapple.
Ooh,
oh yeah.
So I
that
tried.
Would be good too.
It's kind of story behind this is back in 2019, I went to Too Many Games. It was my first really big convention I went to, and I got to meet Mega Dan, J Love 81, a bunch of the guys, and hang out with them and T Belly and stuff. And we all went back to T Belly's hotel to play games and hang out and do stuff. And so I had to swing by the store, liquor store, the Packy as we call it here in Mass, to get something. And so I'm a rum drinker. So I saw this pineapple rum and I was like, oh, I like pineapple. So I'm like, let me give that a shot. And ever since then, it's all I've been drinking is the pineapple rum.
It's good. We drink the coconut and I find it's just like
it's smooth.
Yeah. It's really nice, but I'll have to try the pineapple because I bet I'd like that too because I love pineapple.
Oh, yeah. It's really good.
I can't when you're talking about going back to the hotel room and like playing games with everybody, I can't like we've never had that experience because this summer will be 2 years into the YouTube thing, and
it's been Corona.
Corona like almost the whole time. Yeah, so I can't wait till we can go to conventions and meet up with everybody and finally like see people face to face. You know, it'll be very.
Is
very
it going to be
cool.
strange though? Like I think it might be strange to meet people face to face. Like, wow, I feel like I know you, but this is the first time I've met you. You know.
Well, it was funny because I thought that too because I was like, oh, I'm going to meet these people for the first time, you know, and stuff. And I remember when I first got there, I had already pre-ordered my tickets and picked them up like early because I did like the VIP package thing and stuff. So I went and got my tickets, and then when they actually opened, like I could go get them before they even opened. And then like they opened, like I don't know, it was like the next day or something. And I went to wait in line. Everybody's waiting in line to get tickets. I'm like, do I have to wait in line here? I already got my pass and everything. Like, I don't know. Do I go in? So I go, I'm going to go up and see. And as I'm walking up, Tony, back in the day gamer, hits me. And he's with one of the owners of Video Games Monthly. and they're
Oh,
like,
nice.
"Hey, how's it going, 8-bit?" And they're acting like I was some big to do or something. And I'm like, at that point, I think I had like 200 subscribers or something. So it was funny because I was like, "Oh, I'm trying to get in," and then I said, "Oh, they're not even letting the people with tickets in yet." But Joe from VGM was like, "Hold on a second," and he walked in, and I walked with them. He goes, "Oh, he works for me." And
Oh,
Nice.
right in. So I got in like an hour early before everybody else, and it was great because I had this bet with Captain that I was gonna get Neo Contra before
Yeah.
he did,
And you
and
did?
so by the time they all got in there and I ran into him, I had already bought 2 copies of it.
Yes.
So I said, I was like, "Oh, no," like that. He's like, "Oh, son of a bitch, I haven't seen it yet." I go, "Oh, well," like that. And then I reached in my bag and gave him the other copy as a gift. It's like, "Here you go."
Oh, that's super sweet.
Yeah,
That's what I love about this community. Like, it's
Oh, yeah.
just, I think I've had people say that before. Like,
gamers they seem to be very generous.
yeah, or like, why do you want to like talk to me? I only got this many subscribers, or what? I'm like, we all had that many subscribers at some point. At some point, we had our first subscriber. We're like, oh my god, we made it! It was my mom, and then you're like, we've made it. We're there now. But yeah, we're just people. Yeah. We're just people with too many video games,
the same
and
hobby.
A little bit of extra time on our hands to make videos.
Sickness.
The same sickness.
We're all hoarders. That's what.
Yes. We just like to make our our hoarding stuff a little bit neat. Maybe than the regular organized hoarding.
Yeah.
We got a couple more people in here too. We got did I say Alpha Nerd? I might have said Alpha Nerd, but Dizzy the Gamer Jet and Peanut Butter and Jeff M and Cliff Racer and Cassandra. Wow. Lots and lots of people.
Megadan, nice.
Yeah, Megadan.
Peanut Butter. All right.
Yep. Awesome. Hey guys. Okay.
Megadan. Yeah.
Maybe.
I was just gonna say that when they did that kind of broke the ice for me. And from that point, I was just like, I'm just gonna be loose. I'm not nervous anymore. And so the next person I ran into was Megadan, and he was looking at some PS2 games. And I go up to him and I just lean in and I'm like, "Dude, don't get that. That game sucks." And he's like, "Whoa." He's like, yeah. So, and then him again, what's funny is when I was buying those Neo Contras, I was in such a hurry. I gotta find all the Neo Contras I can get just so Captain can't get any. And I talked to a guy and go, "You have Neo Contra?" He goes, "Oh yeah, it's right here." And I didn't even look at it. I'm like, "Great." And he was like $10. I'm like, "Okay, here." I gave him the 10. I walked away and I go, "Wait, this ain't Neo Contra. This is the other Contra on the PS2. I already have this." So when I ran into Megadan, I'm like, "Hey, do you got this?" He's like, "No, I don't." Well, now you do.
Now you do. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. I was like, I was like, okay, I need to slow down a bit. I'm just buying stuff without sight unseen.
We do have one person in here that doesn't know you. Bones wants to know who the hell is 8-bit.
Bones.
Yeah.
I figured you knew him. We also got Pixel Game Squad in the house. What's up, people? Hey, what's up?
God. Nice.
So, dare I ask, how many games do you have? Did you end up with 10, or are you?
It's over 10. I stopped counting at a point.
Oh, that's cool.
And we might not even. I just got a smorgasbord, and I'm just gonna kind of be like, let's just talk about this one kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna go in like the whole like Atari up to like current.
Oh,
and I was like,
speaking of Atari,
well, maybe I'll just do this system first, or that system first. I'm not sure, so.
I don't collect much for the Atari. I have 25-ish games, but you finally got me the one I was looking for.
Yes, I was able. Yeah. He really wanted Beam Rider, but it's not something we ever see locally. But I was able to. Yeah, Beam Rider.
You gotta check it out, man.
I've not seen that one. I've never heard of that one. That's weird.
It's good.
It's more expensive for an Atari game. It's like 50-ish Canadian, so $3.85 US. Yeah, that's the conversion rate.
Yeah.
But I was able to find it on. I've been hunting it on eBay. The same seller wanted $69.99. I was like, okay, that's too much. And then he put it down to 52 something, and I was like, no. 45, and he came back at 50, and I was like, no, 45, because there's tax on it, and it's going to cost me $51.75. And he was like, okay.
Wow.
So I just
still too much for it, but
it's a little much
Yeah.
for
I think the most I've paid for an Atari game is probably $7.
yeah,
they're like $5.
Frostbite,
They're like $5.
and it was the last one I bought for this system was Frostbite, and it was like $7.
Yeah,
or something.
I got
I
Frostbite
couldn't find it anywhere.
a few months ago.
Yeah.
And it was like $5.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're all
They're all
$5.
over the place.
Find it anywhere. Every
Really?
con I went to, I was looking for it, could never find it.
There's
finally
probably like 3 or 4 around town here.
Oh,
I see
jeez.
every time I go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, the
Yeah.
only-
Yeah, there's
one
lots.
I only picked one out because it's one I just keep going back to when I'm just kind of it's funny when I say to relax because it does nothing but enrage me. But I can't stop playing it, and that's probably a lot of people have played Kaboom.
Kaboom?
And-
I've never played
Yeah.
that.
I don't have it.
And the thing with this
Don't
is
think I do.
you can't emulate this because you have to play it with the paddle.
Oh.
If you try to play with a D-pad, forget about it. You're not going to get anywhere with it.
Oh,
But
okay.
Basically, you're a guy at the bottom, and you're catching these bombs that are coming down in like this bucket thing.
Yeah.
And every time you like lose one, your bucket gets shorter and shorter until it's gone, and it just speeds up. So you're constantly just going like this,
Oh,
trying to catch them
okay.
all, and it can drive you. You make your eyes go squirrely.
Sounds fun though.
But it's one of those things where you go, I can do better. Reset.
Yeah.
I can do better. I can do better. I can do better. You know.
It's addictive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to play more Atari. Like, I remember really loving it when I was younger. And then when we got Donkey Kong Jr., we picked that up, I don't know, probably a year ago. I was so
still haven't touched
excited
it.
and then never put it in the damn Atari. I
Yeah.
never put it in there yet. So I don't know what I'm waiting for. The PS4 needs to go on vacation.
For you,
it needs
I
to
would
go
like
on
to have it
vacation.
now because I don't get to see the big TV.
Well, that's kind of how I am. They steal the big TV where my Xbox One and PS4 is, so they will be watching movies and stuff like that, and I got to come in here and play retro games. I mean,
Yep.
Oh no, yeah.
darn, you know?
I'm the rivals part of our crew because he plays the retro and then I just take over the big TV.
Well,
so
I have no
yeah.
choice because I don't have a big
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah. Sorry.
Right.
Sorry about your luck. We also have Pac-Man in the house.
Pac-Man.
I think he's,
Man, I'll
I
drink
think
to
he's
that.
just coming here to like
Oh,
spy on us to see
Yeah.
if we give away
Uh-oh.
any secrets.
I saw. him
I
smack
seen your
talking.
video there, Pac-Man. You got you and your big mouth flapping like you just ate a power pellet there. You
Yeah.
wait.
That's gonna be. I can't wait to watch that. That's
Can't
gonna
wait
be
to take
interesting how
games
that
from
goes.
you.
We're Canadians. We don't smack talk. Well, that was a great try, though. You wouldn't know.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Ed.
Do we?
Yes,
All right.
but-
Do we want to
Fine.
jump into our first game, or is that technically your first game?
That was technically the first, but it's Atari. You know, a lot of people are like,
Yeah.
"Oh, yeah, blah, blah," you know. So, well, I mean, we'll throw this right out of the way. You're talking about games that made me a gamer. Oh, I will say for the Atari thing, that 2600 was the first thing I've ever played.
Me
it was,
too.
Same.
I didn't have one right away. I played it over a friend's house, and I've talked
Me
about
too.
this friend in my first season, the first season of the Christmas specials I did. I talked a lot about him because a lot of games I picked in that were games that I played with him, and he has multiple sclerosis, and so I would hang out with him all the time. He was much older than me. He was a friend of the family. My
Yeah.
parents
Okay.
were friends with the parents, and that's how we got to hang out a lot and stuff. And he had an Atari 2600, and he had a small on his bureau, a small black and white like 10-inch TV, and he'd be playing it, and I was like so smaller than him and like little, but I was so excited about these dots that were on
Yep.
the screen
Yeah.
moving, and I would get right up in the TV like, "Whoa, look out for that!" And he'd be like, "Get back, I can't see." So it was like Atari just has that memory of being excited about video games. So whenever I see Atari cartridges or the Atari, it's just like instant. The first time ever playing video games, it just brings
It's just
that
like
right
that
back.
little spark.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. So
Yeah.
I don't have a ton of games for it. I just have the ones that I remember playing for the most part, and then some other extra ones here and there. But that's
Yeah.
pretty much how I keep it curated to just that memory kind of thing.
Nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's always hooked up and ready to go on the CRT.
Nice.
So
We
that's
should-
it about Atari. But
Do you get your kids to play Atari too?
Yeah,
Can you get them into
they
it?
played it a little bit. They'll play.
Yeah, same with,
even though
Alex.
it's horrible. They'll play the Pac-Man just because they're familiar with
Yes.
Yeah.
Pac-Man concept and stuff. They tried some other ones and they just don't get it. My youngest liked it a little bit more than the oldest did at the time when they tried it. But yeah, I don't think they have much interest anymore though. Now that they're both so much older, I think they don't even care anymore. But they
well,
did.
We probably soured Alex on the Atari when we made him play ET. So that didn't go over well.
That's one I remember playing back in the day with my friend there and stuff, and we actually enjoyed it. So
did you enjoy it?
Really?
He
Yeah.
was like, why did I fall in the hole again? Like,
We're like,
understand.
we don't know.
Like
We
nobody
don't
knows.
know.
No one knows.
Well,
It's
that's
just how
I think
it
the thing is because my friend, he actually got the game, like understood it and what to do.
Oh,
So he was actually pretty good at it. So I think that kind of wasn't a horrible game to me. It was like, oh, I know what to do. I know what this is. I understand, But I can definitely see how it gets the bad rap for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
One of our moderators on here, I seen Pac-Man trash talking. Let's kick him out of here. Get Pac-Man out of here.
Yeah.
We have Samantha in the house as well. And yeah, I said Dan Bunch of Numbers. Dan Bunch of Numbers actually liked ET too.
Really?
Something wrong with Dan Bunch of Numbers?
Well, the first time I played it, I think it was like 40 years, something like that. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I saw, Samantha, that you were on vacation, and I was quite jealous because it seemed like wherever you were, it was warm. And here in Atlantic, Canada, it just rained all day long. I'm like, what the hell is this weather? It's supposed to be April showers, May flowers. We're May 1st.
Yeah.
It's nonsense. I thought I was going to have to build an ark. Like the backyard's flooded. It's ridiculous.
It rained a lot.
It rained a lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
We just say this like thing that soothes us in the East Coast. We're like, at least it's not snow. So that's just what you say to yourselves. Hey, Retro Rivals, do you need to borrow $20? And Dizzy says his daughter has ET 2600 complete in box. Ooh. So it's worth $3. We've got two. Frogger and Super Mario Bros.
Yeah.
I've got some.
It's just Mario Bros.
Mario Bros. It was before they were super.
Yeah, they weren't too super.
They were just Mario Bros back then. All right, let's move on with the game. If you guys have some questions in the chat, please ask away. We would love that.
And try and figure it.
Yeah, we see you guys are talking. We love it. I see a lot of ET talk in there. I get so far behind on the chat. I'm sorry, guys. That's what happens when you have 37 people loving 8-bit.
Right?
37 people.
You the popular man.
37 or 38. I see 38 at the top.
You put your mouse over there, like you're like pushing me right out of the screen. Like, get out of here.
Get out of here. This is my show.
So the first thing I'm going to show is again how the Atari sparked the video game thing. I grew up, didn't have a lot of money, so I always wanted an NES. Couldn't get one. There's no way we could afford that. But we had a store called Railroad Salvage that would sell merchandise that wouldn't sell at the big stores, would end up there, very discounted. Okay. So my dad saw this and he bought it for me, and he said, well, this has got to be just as good as a Nintendo. And my wife bought me a complete in-box system of it a couple Christmases ago. Whoops, sorry. Camera's over here. It's the Action Max.
Oh, cool.
I have no idea what that is.
It's not cool.
It's so cool that she bought that for you.
Yeah.
Oh,
thinking
that's cool.
Yes, that is cool.
So what this is, and this is one of those things where I lazy YouTuber, I never got around to it. I was going to do a whole review on it, a spoof commercial thing, and I still might do it. But it's basic. I love this. Look at this. There's no way she paid that for it. $5.
$5?
Because I know that's not what they go for. But it's basically a little box that hooks to your VCR, and you suction cup a light under the corner of your CRT TV, and it's just light gun games. And it has the only control of the gun. But there's no cartridges. You play VCR tapes.
Oh,
So you
weird.
play the movie, and the movie will have scenes where stuff will have little targets on it, and you shoot them, and the light lights up that you suck to your TV, and the little box has a counter: 1, 2, how many you successfully hit. Cool
Did
for
she-
about the first day.
Did
And then
she
we
think she
realized-
had scored big? Did she think she had scored big when she got this for you? Was she's like, yes, best Christmas ever?
No, she did, and it was because it like brought me right back, because she knows I talked about it a lot and stuff, and there's a little bit of a more of a story behind it. But basically, it really sucks because obviously you rewind the tape and it's the same thing over
and over.
After one day, you're pretty bored, and I only
Lots of
had
replay
2:
value.
the pack-in tape, which was a jet game, which is in the box. And the only other one I had was this 38 Ambush Alley, which is like a cop thing. I don't know if you'll be able to see like the screenshots, but it's like you do like a little training thing. We shoot the cardboard things and like mannequins, and then you go on a real thing. We go into the alley and get the crooks, and they're just a bunch of mannequins dressed up with fake guns and stuff. It's hilarious. So I really want to do something with it, a video or something. But the story behind that is
I've never heard. I don't think I've ever seen that.
If my dad never bought that, I would never have gotten a Nintendo, because a friend came over and he saw that and he said, "What is that?" And I said, "It's an Action Max." He goes, "Well, how do you play it?" And I showed him, and he flipped his lid. He thought it was the greatest thing ever.
Oh my gosh.
And he said, "This is better than my Nintendo." And I said, jokingly, I was like, "Well, why don't we make a trade then for your Nintendo?" "Okay." Right away he said, "Okay, let me go ask my mom." So he left that day, and then the next day it was this big snowstorm that we had, and we had no school. He calls me and this is a Friday, and he says, "My mom said it was okay to trade the Nintendo for the Action Max." I said, "Okay, great." He goes, "Yeah, I'll bring it to school on Monday. You bring the Action Max." And I was not giving this kid 1 second to think his options. And I said, No. I will bring it to you right now. I shoved it in my backpack, trudged through the snowstorm all the way to his house, made the trade, and came all the way back to my house with my first Nintendo. And I still have it to this day. It's sitting right there.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I have to make a statement about this. That's when kids weren't snowflakes, because if you made a trade,
you couldn't do that trade now.
No, you couldn't do that now. Kids can't bring Pokemon cards to school without somebody's feelings getting hurt, and then you having to trade back because their mom will call your mom. Blah 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 blah. Back then, if you made a trade and you trade it badly, your mom would look at you and say,
"You're dumb.
Good job, stupid. You'll have to deal with your decisions." That's how we make better ones. Lessons learned. Exactly. So that's what happens. And
I don't think my parents even knew. Like, I hooked it up in the living room. And
really?
And my dad's like reading the paper, and he's hearing this. It was which is the game was a pick, Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt. I was playing Super Mario Brothers, and he's like, of course he's never heard that, and he's like looks down and goes, "What is that?" I go, "It's a Nintendo, Dad." "A Nintendo?" He goes, "How'd you get that?" I said, "Don't worry about it, Dad. I didn't spend any money." And he had no idea I traded the Action Max for it until I don't know. I don't think he ever knew until I told him the story, because he was just oblivious to what I was doing.
Nice.
That's awesome. That was a very good trade.
Oh yeah, I traded up big time.
You definitely traded up.
Clip for a house right there, man.
That's your red paper clip.
Oh yeah,
that's your red paper clip.
Exactly.
We have a couple people asking questions. So Chris James T says, 8-bit, long-time listener, first-time caller. How is it you have one man who has your heart and nobody seems to bat an eye?
Oh.
What is this?
About my day? Is he even in here? Nintendo? No?
Oh, Nintendo.
Uh-oh.
Where are you? Maybe he is further down the list.
Divorced
in the house.
We're gonna have to have a separation here.
Well, yeah, we'll have to call in the lawyers. Jeff M saying, love the Maiden and Metallica shirts.
Yeah.
We didn't even coordinate this. I put this shirt on and then he put that shirt on. And I was like,
got dressed first.
no, you did
Yes, I
not.
did. Yes,
no. No, because I had like 18 hours of hair and makeup to do to even look presentable. So I had to get dressed. So shush.
You start talking about Metallica and Iron Maiden, we'll go down another rabbit hole.
I know.
Like my thing. So
we will 100% do that.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen.
That's like a whole other get to know your music.
Yeah.
We need to have some of those, like just music and movies, because I think we could talk for hours.
When we had Scotty J Retro on, we talked just as much about movies, I think.
He's a big horror buff for sure.
Yeah,
Thumb Brother saying, taking the action to the max. And then Peanut Butter saying it's dope. So
it is dope.
It is very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cliff Racer says, my older brother had a VHS game when we were kids, but I don't remember which one. It was pretty bad though.
Yeah, there was another one. I can't remember the name of it, but it was like this trend that was trying to take off and didn't really.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only 5 tapes in the whole collection, and I'm only missing one. And believe it or not, that one goes for like $500.
What?
It's so rare. Yeah.
Oh shit!
I've only seen it once on eBay in like the last couple of years, and it was like $500, and it sold.
Oh,
and I was
God.
like, wow. I'm not buying. And then there's one. No. There's this rumor about another one that didn't get released, but the tape is out there.
Oh yeah.
It's like the it's like there's no label on it or something. I don't know. It's
that would be like
the movie Blue Thunder, the helicopter 80s movie.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it was like
I can't even imagine what that would be worth. I can't even imagine.
Yeah. So technically, I have a complete Action Max minus the $500 VHS tape.
Well, I hope you find it someday for $5.
Oh,
that would be
every
amazing.
Time I go to the flea market
or 20
tapes, I'm digging. I dig every time.
I would be too. Box consoles are such a special thing to have in your collection. They absolutely are, because you don't come by them often unless they're like new gen. Magadan says, looks like something AVGN needs to do an episode on. There you go.
Right. Him and Mike did a Mike. What is it? The Mike and James Monday. They played it.
Did they?
If you go back and look,
they
played that. Yeah, I think it was an episode of like Light Guns or something. They played that, and then they played around. I think same episode with the Super Nintendo Scope thing.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, they did play that on one of the things, and it was hilarious, like to watch them do that.
Samantha Bone says, now that's strange. Samantha says, can I buy a Retro Rivals beer glass? Truth be told, they're sticky labels that just peel off. And if somebody wants one, you can totally, we will totally hook you up.
50 of them there.
We got 50 of them for like $10 or something like that. So if you guys want one, hit me up on Facebook or Instagram or something in a PM. Give me your address and I will mail you one, because it's the cost of a stamp and I'll mail you one. So if you want to get a hold of me, I will send you anybody that wants one. Modan says the old 80s TV show Captain Power did the same thing.
I had that. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I got a couple of the action figures, but I don't have the plane. I used to have the plane when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's a gun and a plane at the same time.
Oh, that's cool. Lauren Sewell said, my first system was Nintendo in 85, right after I finished high school, and I loved it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You couldn't... Well, we had Atari, and I remember, but I didn't have the same nostalgia I had for the Nintendo, because that's the one I really got into.
Yeah, I never owned an Atari.
Yeah.
My cousins
we had one, but
had an Atari. That's how I played it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got my Atari when I was a kid after I got the Nintendo.
Yeah.
It ended up, it was like a tag sale thing, I got one during a tag sale. And that's the one I still got here. So, yeah. I didn't. The real first system I ever had was this Action Max, which didn't last long and upgraded to the Nintendo. So I like to think the Nintendo was my first real console.
It's a good trade-up.
Lots of people are loving your story, but I have to point this one out. Dizzy the Gamer Jet. I once walked 3 miles in the snow to get my Nintendo. Great Grandpa Glitch. If you do not tell your grandkids that story someday, I will be disappointed.
Wait, what's a Nintendo?
Let me tell you. Back in my day, to get a Nintendo, you had to trudge through the snow.
And that would be the truth.
Yep.
That would be the truth. The Thumb Brother said the NES is such a beautiful system, the start of so many iconic game series, non-Nintendo as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And Pac-Man's, I ruled the Pogs ring we had in 5th grade. I played in the back stairwell, shady kids.
Oh. Was there some betting going on?
Bad kids.
Pac-Man, I once found an entire box of Pogs just laying on the ground. And I was like, who's Pogs? And I had no interest in Pogs. And I think I gave them to my brother, but nobody claimed them. So I gave them to my brother and he got some free Pogs.
Are those things even collectible now?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Megadam wants to know if that kid's still looking to get his Nintendo back.
Yeah.
let me tell you, I saved that Nintendo from a horrible home. And I'm not saying that the parents were bad. I'm just saying, you want to talk about disgusting homes? That was a disgusting home.
Oh,
it
yeah.
Was like, oh, yeah. It was like trash everywhere and just like, oh, yeah.
Sounds like one of the flea markets we went in today.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever I would play with him, it was like, let's play outside. Let's go outside. And he ended up moving away a couple years later or something. So I had never seen him after that. So, and now I know the people that live in that house, and it's beautiful and great. So,
nice.
Do you still live close to
where I grew up? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm only
nice.
a 20-minute drive or something. My parents are in the same house and everything. Yeah.
Oh, nice. We don't live. Yeah, we're about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from where we used to live. But
I'm 2 hours. You were like more like an hour and a half.
But my parents just followed me. Like I moved here, and then my parents moved here, and then my brother and my sister-in-law moved here because they love me so much that they couldn't be away from me.
Normally Scott doesn't wear a shirt.
Yeah, normally Scott doesn't wear a shirt.
When?
That day you were not wearing any clothes on the chair.
Oh,
yeah.
I was playing Zelda.
The naked gamer. If we make it naked gamer.
That's the naked gamer pose. Naked man.
That would get some streams views for sure.
Yeah.
I think I'd lose some subs. Yeah.
Hot tub stream, just like a kiddie pool in the man cave here.
Hey, Megadan brought a tub into his game room and did the ice bucket challenge and sat in a bucket of ice and beat WrestleMania, I believe it was on there.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, that was like way before it was popular, so I think he should get some sort of royalties for that.
Yeah.
So
Death, absolutely. Death is amazing.
You're missing some royalties.
I'm assuming you mean the band Death or just death metal in general, because both, yes.
How come I don't know the band Death?
I don't either.
I don't know.
We'll have to listen to some Death.
People will judge me now.
Sounds bad, but we'll listen to some Death. What else do we have here? We have 8-Bit. Do you have a CRT to game on? And if so, what kind?
It's right there within arm's reach. Everything in this room is in arm's reach. Someday I'll do a game room tour and it'll just be me taking a camera and going,
you spin around your chair.
You should just have one of those little turntables.
Yeah. But yeah, I got it's a Sony Trinitron. I can't remember the exact model, but it's the one that will work with light guns. It doesn't have HDMI, but it's got component. And,
okay.
And I got all these. I don't know if you probably can't see. Like these top few cubes are like my mini consoles and like some stuff. But down below is another set of cubes, and each of those has consoles, and they all go into a switch boxes here. And I got cabling that runs along the back here.
Okay.
To the CRT, so I can turn any system on here onto the CRT. And there's an HDMI box because I got stuff like HDMI output for the GameCube if I want to play it on this TV.
Nice.
Looking at right now.
Yeah, nice. I got all my stuff on switchers too.
Yeah, it's the only way to do it, really.
Yes.
And then, of course, the Atari stuff is like right there because it's all coaxial. I hook it up.
Yep.
It's not modded or anything. No, they're not modded. The Intellivision.
Your Atari, is it the original one or is it the Junior? The small one?
I have the Junior that does, and it doesn't work. But the one that works, which I had since a kid, is the original wood grain.
Oh, okay.
I've been trying to find the original wood grain because that's the one I played when I was a kid. Like when I would go to my cousin's house, I have the Junior right now, and I find the picture doesn't look great at all. I don't know if it's just the hookup that I'm hooking it into,
it could be,
or if it's just the machine that's.
Yeah, I bought the Junior. Just it was like again, I found it at a tag sale years ago, and I was just like, oh, cool, I'll add it to the collection, and I never turned it on. I just like stored it away. It's actually stored away right now, and then I was like going through looking for some stuff, and I came across it. I'm like, oh yeah, the Junior. Let me hook that up, and it didn't work. So I'm like, I'm glad I only paid like a couple bucks for it. Sale. So now
I'm wondering if you could figure out what's wrong with it. I wonder if it's easily fixable.
I got
it's an Atari Junior.
Yeah, that's true.
They're still pretty common there. I see a few of them.
Yeah, we're hoping someday. Well, once I'm done with my full-time job, like I have 2 jobs, but I have my daycare, and that's what I do full-time, and then I work part-time at Canada Post. But once I become a full-time Canada Post employee, and then I can be done with my daycare, we're going to move some stuff in the toy room around, and we want to have a dedicated, I want to get like an old, I don't know, like maybe even an orange chair and do a whole strip of wall just in like 70s theme, have the CRT TV in there and have the Atari hooked up to it and just it looking super retro.
There's an old, my uncle in the basement has an old TV and I think it was from 1978.
Yeah.
And like I looked at him, I said, does that TV still work? Oh yeah, I just had it on there last year. I'm like, so how are you going to use? Well, if you don't throw it out, because it's one of these big monster floor model ones, right?
Yeah, in the wooden like case. Yes.
Yeah. I said, don't throw it out. I'll take it.
My dad has our old ones that we had like those. He still has the 2 wooden cases. When they like died, he took the TV part out and he made the cabinets into like bookcases, like put shelving in there,
cool.
Stuff in it and stuff. So it's cool because I can still see my childhood like TVs, but they're not TVs anymore. They're just the casing. It's kind of cool.
That is very cool.
My aunt had one of those ones where it was like the TV's built into it, the record player, the 8-track player.
Oh yeah.
You turn this, you pull this thing up, and like the liquor bottles came up.
You know what might be a cool project? If you get one like that and the TV part's no good, you pull the tube out, and I wonder if you could retrofit a flat screen inside there to fill that space. It would look cool.
You probably could.
Yeah, I'm sure you could.
It would look.
Oh yeah,
You'd have a ton of space in the back.
Oh yeah. Well, if you had it on some sort of turntable, maybe you could have storage for your games in the back. If you had like
put it on
the
like
ability to do that
thing.
Yes, yes.
On it and it turns like a
you need like a heavy duty one.
You know, like Young Frankenstein in the book.
Exactly. Gernaldinho says, I did some work in my old job at Steve Harris's house. It had a pub built on the side, and he had some props from his concerts all over his garden. Nice. It was really cool.
Oh yeah,
that is very cool.
Steve Harris is the man. That's one. There's like so many like rock like icons I would love to meet, and Steve Harris is definitely one of them. It's like it's amazing.
There's a lot of people I would like to meet too.
He's the big musical brain behind Iron Maiden.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ever look at the lineage of when they started before even their albums, I mean, he's literally like the original member of the first incarnation of Iron Maiden that's still in it, you know?
Oh,
like,
okay.
Like the guys from the first album are still in there, but if you look back before that, oh yeah, he's the one and first and only member, true member that's still in the band, if you think about it.
That's really, really cool. JPGRA. God, I thought I was going to screw that up. I'm still not convinced I didn't screw it up. Says, hello, people. Hey, we got Chill Scissors in here saying hey to his gamer family.
Chill.
And
Quapple Nerds.
And then we got like 800 million years behind. Oh, Quapple of Nerds. Did I mention you guys? Probably. We're so far behind in the chat. Level 857 in the house. Loco Maverick. Drinks and Games with Josh. Hey guys, what's up? And yes, there we are. Cooperative Nerds said, hey, drinks and games with Josh. Have you heard anything about the contest? So that's not for us. Hey guys, what's up? Alia, thanks so much for coming into the chat.
Level 857.
Yeah. Let's move on to our
Next
next
game.
game, maybe?
All right. You know what? I'm gonna jump around. I'm not gonna go
Okay.
in order because it just make it more interesting, I think.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Let's see. All right. Well, how about we talk about what really got me into the horror game kind of realm?
We like that.
So
term.
I played. Okay, so
Apparently, when we get far behind in the chat, we have to drink.
Oh.
Okay.
Time to drink. Modan's blaming me and says I have to drink, but then I'm taking the rest of you guys with me.
Yeah, that's right. We'll go down with the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this story is kind of going to jump around and be a repeat kind of another thing.
That's fine.
So, I've grown up at NES, Genesis, Super Nintendo, all that stuff. And that's pretty much what I played. PlayStation came out, didn't even pay attention to it. Play what? Sony who? I'm like, whatever. I off the radar. I don't care.
I didn't start till PlayStation 2.
And then
I missed the first one altogether.
So since I'm telling that story, we'll go with that. That'll lead me. So then I went into Electronics Boutique, which eventually got bought by GameStop. That's what we had in our area. And I went in there looking for Genesis stuff because they still had that and everything. And I look over and I see this strategy guide by the cash register, and it says Metal Gear Solid. And I go, Metal Gear? I remember playing Metal Gear on the Nintendo. What's this? So I picked it up and I started thumbing through it. And I'm like, holy crap. Like, look at that. That looks like a movie. I'm like, this is amazing.
It was basically a movie.
Yeah. So I'm like,
gaming.
What is this on? And the guy says it's on the PlayStation. And I'm like, obviously PlayStation. There's no such thing as PlayStation 1 because it is the PlayStation.
It's just PlayStation.
PlayStation. And I'm like, oh, really? Wow. I go, and he goes, but it's not out yet. They were selling the guides before the game even came out for some reason. And then I was like, really? So I'm like, well, how much is the PlayStation? He told me, and I'm like, okay, that's it. Give me a PlayStation. And I bought the PlayStation that day. Based off seeing what Metal Gear looked like. And it came with the disc. Now, this is when DualShock came out. So I never even played the original without the sticks. I never even touched
you don't know. I have a couple of those.
To me, PlayStation 1 is dual analog.
Yeah.
So that's the system I got. And it came with the demo disc, and it had the beginning of Metal Gear on it. And I must have played it, I don't know how many times. I must have wore the demo disc out just playing that Metal Gear demo, waiting for it to come out. And then it finally came out. And that's this copy right here. Same original
Is it
copy.
signed?
And it's signed by Solid Snake himself. When
cool.
And he came out at the after party and showed up, and we just hung out talking. It was so cool to get to know him and meet him. David Hayter, he was a really down-to-earth, cool guy. So
nice.
It says, Sean, you're pretty good. Solid Snake, David Hayter.
That's awesome.
So this is like cherished now. This is the original one I bought when it came out, and now it's signed by Solid Snake. But the game blew me away so much because it was the first time ever, like, I feel like I'm playing a Hollywood cinematic, like, adventure here. It's just amazing. It just blew me away. The story was amazing. The voice acting, the gameplay was amazing. It just was what got me into modern gaming, I guess you could say at that point.
Kind of made that leap.
Yeah. So then it was all like downhill from there. I mean, PlayStation 2 came out. Oh, PlayStation 3. I'm a Xbox then, and all that stuff in the GameCube, and I just went nuts from then. Yeah. Before it was just my old games. I'm happy. Leave me alone. And then that game came out and ruined my life.
Or made your life so epic.
I loved it so much that I went. This is back then. It was pretty kind of, for me at least, it was kind of weird and kind of rare to do, but I went out to eBay and I bought the Japanese version, like right away. And like, I got to have the Japanese version as well, which then
that's a cool ass cover.
Yeah. I love this cover so much more than what we got,
Yeah.
It's so much better.
It's very dynamic.
Yeah. And I love this art style.
I do too.
Which a game just came out not too long ago on the PS4 called Left Alive, and the artist who did this work for Metal Gear did the artwork for that game as well. It's an okay game. It's not great. It's a cheap game. It's like $10.
Yeah, I've seen it, but
it's a stealthy kind of game.
We have. Yeah, I can't picture the game, but I swear to God, I'm so up to date on my PS4 titles because I love PS4. But I know the name, but I can't picture the game for some reason. Was it online?
I think I haven't. To be honest, I haven't played it yet because I just picked it up. So I haven't had a chance to pop it in to check it out. I think there's online capabilities, but I don't think you have to play it online.
Okay. Because that'll turn me off a game. I'm just like, no,
I
don't want to play a just online game
in my basement.
It's not for me.
I heard it's not great, but it's not horrible.
Yeah,
and if you
I'm
like
pretty
stealth,
forgiving with a game.
On stealth, it's more about stealth than it is action.
I love stealth, but I do like action. But I do like stealth.
Yeah.
Pac-Man saying PlayStation was his jam. Loco said he remembers being amazed being able to play music CDs on the PlayStation.
Yeah,
that was amazing. Cliff Racer said I never had a PS1 or a PS2 till way later.
You got me my first PS1.
Yes.
Literally, I don't even know if it was 6 months before the PS2 came out, and then you got me the PS2
and then I got you the PS2 online.
So I
loved him lots.
Touch
right
that PS1 after that. I had games. I just played them on the PS2.
Oh, this is April. Retro Mikey is asleep, not feeling well. When you talk to him later when he's up, you tell him, yes, I know. It's been crazy. He's been working a lot of hours, eh?
Yeah, he was. The last thing he said, he was up for like 20-something hours.
Oh, Jesus.
Buddy. You gotta take care of yourself.
Say hey to him from all of us. And yes, please let him sleep for sure.
You can watch the replay.
Yes, exactly.
You can fast forward all
over like a bunch of days.
Yeah, over a bunch of days, so you don't wear yourself out. Bone says he got a free PS3 today from a buddy.
Sweet.
That is awesome. That's a good buddy.
Yeah.
Free 30 free is great.
Let me see here. 8-bit, great decision. MGS is epic.
Oh yeah, it's
I have to
fight number 2 favorite game in the world.
In the world.
Yep. Of all games that exist that I've ever played, this is number 2.
That's number 2. Do you have number 1?
You have number 1.
Are we saving? Are we saving that till later?
What number 1 is, and I'll bring it out. I'll pop it out. I think everybody is probably going to already say it in the chat, but
do you want to wait till later, or do you want to bring that one out next?
The big finale.
I'll bring it next. But I did want to flex my Metal Gear Solid GameCube.
Nice.
I bought when it came out, and this is the
when
same
it came
copy,
out.
So it only cost me like $40-$50.
That's nice. That's nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Most of these games that I'm showing, I mean, I would say like 80-something% of my collection I bought when the game came out.
That's
or
awesome.
like bought it used when the system was viable.
That's so awesome to have all those and have bought them when they came out.
Yeah,
there's only a period of time when I stopped collecting and even stopped playing, and we can discuss that at some point or something. But there's a period where it's just like basically all this was in storage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and like I had the only thing out was a PS4 and an Xbox 360, and it was nothing but a dust collector for a while.
I think. Do you know what? I think everybody goes through that stage.
Yeah.
You just have a little bit of gamer burnout, or it's just not your focus, and you're just like, I need to do other things right now.
What point in your life is it? Because when you have like a new baby there, because I think that's when I kind of like stopped playing for a few years. New baby, you don't have a whole lot of time. First kid, and then when you got old enough to start playing games,
that's true.
I even thought like I was in bands playing music too.
Yeah,
and then probably after she was like 2, maybe 3, all of a sudden I just like the band that I was in kind of was falling apart anyways and breaking up, and so I was just like, okay, that's it, I'm done. And now the guitars were collecting dust at that point. I've only I got one hanging up there, and I just bought a new practice amp which is sitting behind me.
Oh, okay.
And I'm trying to get back into it again.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff just like stopped for me, and I think it was kind of bad because, and I don't want to don't want to make it sound bad that like my kids ruined my life or anything like that, which is
No,
far
but
from the truth.
it's just that
They lifted me up in another aspect of my life.
Yep.
But I have to say that like, I was split down the middle, and this other side of me, it just went in this deep hole. I mean, I went in a complete depression because I started to feel like I'm not me. I'm just
you were just dad.
I'm just dad and the husband, and I'm just basically making it through the day in life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like autopilot.
You're providing.
You know what I mean?
You're a provider.
And I just like, I mean, I got really dark, and then some other things I won't get into in my life happened, and it's just like, I have to say that YouTube literally was my lifesaver.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like I got to a point where I didn't know I would be sitting here talking to people right now. That's how bad I got. And it was all of a sudden I saw AVGN video randomly one day, and I just said, "Oh my god!" It was the Ghosts and Goblins episode, and I said, "I remember playing that. I remember playing those games. I loved it so much." Yeah. And I dug my Nintendo out and started playing. And then I started seeing people like Mega Dan, J Love, T Belly, and I would watch the videos and watch the streams, and I would never say a word because I'm like, nobody wants to hear what I got to say. I'm a nobody. I don't mean anything to anybody. Nobody wants to. No, I just blur constantly for a long time, and then finally, I just like, hey, one day. And all of a sudden it was like everybody's like, "Hey, how's it going? What's going on?" And it was just now it's just this whole
it's a whole thing.
It's like there's other people like me going through the same things like me and dealing with the same stuff like me.
Yeah.
This is amazing. You know, it was like the best therapy that I could ever have gotten.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was amazing. So I think I've told Megadan, he was the big one that like I would watch his streams all the time, and he's just an amazing gamer. And I've wrote him letters telling him about this, and you know, when I've sent him stuff and all that, thanking him for what he's done, because he was the biggest, like, pulled me out of that dark.
Yeah.
It was like, wow, there's somebody who has kids, has a life, has do something, and he's able to do this and stuff. I can do this. I should be doing this. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think, you know what? I think we all go through those lows in life. It maybe not to certain degrees for certain different people, right? Everybody has that moment, and parenthood changes things. It changes things, but it shouldn't change who you are. And I've had this discussion with girlfriends of mine where they would say, "Oh no, like you're different." I'm like, "No, you don't. You shouldn't. You shouldn't change. You have to have happiness in your life. Your kids, that happiness is different than the happiness you just have for yourself. Like you need something that you just do for you, that it doesn't your time that makes you happy, no matter what it is, as long as it's not hurting anybody. You should be able to take time for you
with friends that have similar interests or hobbies, and you can enjoy conversation talking about things that aren't like your adult responsibilities, and you know, being a parent and paying bills and all that stuff there. Just kind of reliving your youth a little bit and de-stressing, decompressing a little bit.
Yeah.
You just need to make time. And I think it's important for everybody, no matter what that time is, to make time, because honestly, I don't know if I would have survived those early years of parenthood if I hadn't had something that was for me, just doing things. And we were both very understanding of that.
Yep.
Like Scott did things that he was like, "Listen, I want to do this right now. This is for me." And I'm like, "Cool, you do it, because if that sparks you joy, then you have to do it. You have to still have that piece of yourself that's you. You have to, or else you lose you and you don't know who you are."
And I think it made my relationships with my kids even better, and it makes a better example for them, I think, too. You know, because I was kind of miserable all the time. You know what I mean? And they would say stuff like, "Why is Dad so sad all the time? Why is he so just down? You know, why is he so, whatever, boring and stuff?" And now it's like we have this whole different relationship now. Like my youngest, she's a big PC gamer. She inherited my old PC. Now she's into that, and she loves it. And we just built this week, my oldest, her first PC and stuff. Cool. And
that's cool.
She loved it, like learning like what all the parts do and why we putting the CPU in here, why we have to put a cooler on it, why do we have to put RAM in it and stuff, and what does the RAM do and stuff. And I was teaching her all that, and she was just
That's
thrilled
so
about it.
smart.
Yeah.
That's so smart to teach her all that stuff.
Because I told her that. She said, I want a PC like Sis does. And I said, well, you're older, so you're not going to get a PC unless you build it. That's what I told her.
That's awesome.
Nice.
I said, because you're going to respect it.
Exactly. You
right.
totally do.
Yep.
And in order to do that, you're going to build it. I mean, that's going and buying it off a shelf. You know, you're going to learn how it works. So that's what we did. And she was thrilled. Every day she'd be like, did all the parts come in? Did all the parts come in? Can we build it? Can we build it?
That's awesome. But it does. It teaches her like there's a lot of components to this, and you really need to treat this right because we took the time and we built this instead of just going to a store and going,
got a little bit of pride invested.
There's some pride invested to building that for yourself, for sure.
Yep.
We have a few more people.
She's already asking about upgrading parts.
Oh, is she?
Like, oh, yeah.
I'm like,
true
you haven't
PC
even had
gamer.
it for like 2 days. Come on.
That's a true PC gamer right there. They're just like well, you know,
like,
this is already updated.
I'm like, no, we don't need a 3080.
That's awesome. Yeah. If Alex is watching this stream, he's going to be like, well, when do I get to upgrade mine?
When
like,
do I?
Shut up.
When you learn how to build one.
When you learn how to build
because
one.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
No.
Oh.
Video games with the professors tuning in. Hey there. We also have Lightsaber in the house.
Samurai.
It's an action stealth game that takes place in the Front Mission universe.
Nice.
Talking about the Metal Gear Solid. And then
is he
we got like
about, Left Alive, or is he talking about the Metal Gear?
I don't know if he's talking about Metal Gear. I know it's
I think he's talking about Left Alive, I believe.
Oh, Left Alive. Yes. Sorry.
That sounds familiar. The Front Mission thing. I remember somebody telling me about that as well. I seriously just picked it up because of the Metal Gear art. It's the artist did.
Okay.
So, but it does look interesting. So
Pawn Gamer guys in the house as well.
Was that?
Yeah, Left Alive.
PS1 was amazing. Crash 1 Cool Borders, that Pizza Hut demo disc introduced me to a lot.
Oh, the Hut, man. Yep.
The Hut.
My first PS1 game is still my favorite PS1 game, and that was Parasite Eve.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
One. That was in my hand this morning, and I said,
"Oh yeah,
I got too many other ones.
That's still in my top 3 games."
Have you played the second one?
Oh, I only played a little bit of it. I'm trying to get me and her together to sit down and play through it. But from what I played, it feels very much like Resident Evil 2.
I have some time now, Scott, because I'm taking a little bit of a gaming break. So maybe I'm
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. I just played through Days Gone, and it was such a big. It was a lot. It felt like it took a lot because beating those hordes was really hard for me, and it was a big game for me. So I was like, I need to take a break after I'm done Days Gone, and now I'm like, what game am I going to play next?
Oh, yeah.
And I just finished that
Thursday night, and then I'm at work Friday, and she messages me, I'm bored. what can I do?
And he's like, could you please work on my painting you've been working on and haven't touched in like 2 weeks? I'm like, I guess so. So that's what I did.
You need a refresher there?
Yeah, probably soon.
Days Gone is an open world because I have it.
Yeah,
I bought it in a bundle of PS4 games that I got and stuff, and I haven't started it because I have this love-hate thing with open world games.
Same.
I love the idea, and I go, "Oh, this is great!" Like I started Red Dead Redemption 2, and then I just wander. I get ADD within the game, and then I'm like, "What am I supposed to be doing? What's? I'm just riding a horse and killing random people just for the hell of it." And that's how I
started out.
Games.
I started out like that with Days Gone, and I had to be like, just play the main story.
I have to be in the right mood for that. Normally, like I'm hectic, busy work and life and all that stuff. I kind of like a game just to push me in the direction I need to go.
Yeah,
so this is what I want them to do. I want them to, when you start an open world game like that, to give you an option. Do you want to play the open world? Or do you want to play the linear? And you can pick.
Yeah.
And
that would be so cool.
Down the path. Because the problem is, it gives me too much freedom. Don't give me freedom. Put up walls, please, and point me right to where I gotta go.
I agree because I will get easily distracted too.
You know?
Yeah.
Because if you go by something and you're like, well, if I don't stop, Like,
Yeah.
what will I miss?
What will I miss? Yeah.
And it's so hard
I mean,
not
I've done
to.
random stuff where I'm just like, I'm supposed to go here, and then I like go over and I see a mountain, and I'm just like, hey, that looks cool over there. And then next thing you know, I'm just trudging through this territory just to see this mountain or something.
Or you'll
And it's just
convince
like, oh my
yourself
God.
that you kind of need to do this first. You're like, I should do this first. And that's what happened to me a lot. I'm like, well, maybe I need more health kits. I'm completely full, but maybe I need more. You don't. Yeah. So I'll go off in a tangent and get more stuff.
And Red Dead, I just got hooked on the hunting thing. I'm like, all the what do they call them? The sacred animals, like the special elks and the special this, like trying to find them and kill them and stuff. And I'm just like, what am I doing? I'm wasting so much time just. I turn this into a hunting game. Then
I mean, Cabela's hunting there. Yeah.
Yes, and you can easily turn like a 30-hour game, something you could finish in 30 hours, into a 200-hour game easily. Oh,
I know.
Easily,
it could be endless. Yeah,
endless for sure.
I have this like I hold it and I'll be like, not yet.
Refills.
Sure,
not yet.
I
can't put this in yet. You know?
When I finished Days Gone and I was like watching all the end credits and going through it, and I was like, oh, I feel so good. I have this done. I did miss a lot of side missions because towards the end I was like, we're done. I need dealer's choice. But then at the very end of the game, it comes back on the screen. And of course, everything I've missed, it gives me the option to go back and finish it. And the first thing it says is, where are my damn rings? And I'm like, that's true. Where are his rings? And it made me want to go back and do more missions. And I literally like contemplated doing another one. I was like, no, I told myself I was done. I don't know. I may go back, but it's damn hard to stop something when you've invested that much time. EC Myers Vids is in the house, said a friend of mine just moved and gave me all his GameCube games for free, including Metal Gear Solid. Nice. And he said he loves friends who don't pay attention to retro prices are the best. Yeah. He was going to sell Eternal Darkness for $1 a year ago. And when I tried to buy it, his wife gave it to me for free.
Nice.
$1 or free?
Well, we had a friend hook us up with some GameCube games for a reasonable
price. We did. We had a friend hook us up with some for really, really good price as well. And then, you know what? I missed about 8,000 hours of...
Well, there's lots of people just talking.
Yeah.
That, right? Which is great.
Yeah. And then lots of conversation I missed. Again, I feel bad. How do you feel about gamers using stocks to support their gaming collection as opposed to game flipping? Like, for example, I hopped on, what is that?
Dogecoin?
Dogecoin when it was 7 cents. You know what?
Do whatever.
I don't care how you fund your game collection. As if that's what works for you, do it. Everybody has their own like, you know, side hustle to try to get their games, whether it be like, I got another job or I flip my games or I invest it in this. It doesn't matter. However you do it and it works for you, do it. I have no problem with any of that stuff. What's your thoughts on that?
Oh, whatever you need to do. I mean, what's the difference? Money is money. However you get the money. I mean, as long as you're not doing nothing illegal.
Yeah.
You're not knocking off banks or little old ladies on the street. Hey, more power to you. Whatever you can do to afford your hobby or whatever, you just do, you know?
The one thing I am opposed to, I will say, and this, I was pissed. Somebody was selling non-legit DS games, Pokemon games, on one of our it's Kijiji. You guys wouldn't understand it in the US because I don't think you guys have Kijiji, but it's kind of like your, what is it, Mercari or something. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Selling non-authentic DS games. And I kept asking different questions, and I was like, are these authentic? And he was like, I don't know what you mean by authentic. And I'm like, I'm not speaking a different language. Are they repro or not?
List them as repro. He's just listing them as Pokemon.
As is. Oh yeah, he was fully bullshitting.
Yeah, I hate that.
And found out from a friend.
He wouldn't show me the back of them either because I was like, can you take a picture of the back?
Yeah. Anyway, we found out that this same character was impersonating one of our local
Pawn shops.
We hit like on the same like a marketplace or whatever, and
Yeah.
selling fraudulent stuff and taking advantage of people.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's gotta be careful when you're buying retro stuff.
Oh yeah, I remember I went to
it's
a flea
wrong.
market and somebody had this like bucket on the table and it was full of GBA games. I started looking through them and they had all these like really nice games, you know, like Castlevania ones and stuff. And I'm just like, and then I'm noticing he's got like 5 of them, and he's got 5 of the Contra Advance Wars. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, there's no way. And then I took a little closer and I could tell that. And then, but right away he said, "Oh, those are repros. They're only like $5 a piece or whatever."
If you're legit, yeah.
And I was like,
there are some games that are just so damn expensive that, I want to play it on physical hardware. You know, I'll buy a repro.
I have a little Samson that's would cost me $6 on AliExpress. You know what I mean?
Whatever.
Just so I have a cart to put into the Nintendo, you know.
Well, I'm gonna play it on the EverDrive.
Yep.
I was saying that to Scott today. Yeah.
Oh man, it's awesome. It's worth it.
Like play authentically like it should. It plays perfectly.
Well, I have the analog Super Nintendo and the Genesis, and I firmware jailbroke them. So you can put the SD card in and play the ROMs off the SD card.
Oh,
and
nice!
So they're basically systems that can play carts, but also they're RAM. I mean, they're EverDrives, really.
Nice.
Exactly.
It's
all FPGA. It's great. So I have the retro USB AVS Nintendo. There's the HDMI FPGA, but
that's
there's no SD card or no way to break that one. So I got to get an EverDrive if I want to do anything like that for that. So
but it's cool to have those.
And speaking of selling stuff to afford stuff, I don't want to spend $160-something out of my pocket for it. But I have a Neo Geo Gold X system that's been sitting collecting dust in a box. I'd never touch. I'm going to sell that thing, and that's going to cover the whole cost of the EverDrive. Why have something that I'm not even using in my collection?
Well, that's just it.
And buy something that I will use.
I'm getting to that point with the collection too. That some things have to come out.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna have 10,000 games.
I mean, I think Pac-Man Case did that recently. I think he mentioned that last night in his stream. He got rid of 1,000 games. I think he downsized. Yeah,
1,000 games.
He downsized by 1,000 games.
Wow.
Like, why keep them if they're not?
You didn't think of us?
Yeah.
That's why I don't like you, Pac-Man.
Well, I don't think he got rid of them like he was, passing them out. Like, here, have a game. I think he sold them.
He could have sold them to you guys for $20.
Yeah, come on. Help us out on this competition, please.
God. Oh, before we get into a game, I had a beer today that absolutely it made me giggle when I tasted it.
Oh, yes.
Honest to God, we went to this local brewery there, and it was a Skittles sour. And when I took the sip of it, I literally giggled because it was like I just chewed Skittles in my mouth there, and you had that little tang, that whatever you call it there. It was crazy. It was so weird.
It was. Well, when he laughed initially, I was like, oh shit, it's bad. And he was like, no, it really tastes like Skittles.
I was like, that's crazy.
It's not super sweet, but it's not something you could drink.
No.
I think a full glass of and then be like, I think I'll have another.
They call it a flight, which is a tray of samples.
Yeah.
Different beers. So next time if they have that still on tap, I'm getting a pint of that and then a pint of something else to kind of cleanse the palate and go back and forth, enjoy it because it was good.
EC Myers vid said if you wait for Black Friday, EverDrives are always 20% off.
Ooh, because we're
wanting. There was a comment before that Cliff Eraser said.
Yeah,
I was going to make a comment about. He said there's a store near him that sells repros and doesn't give a crap about them or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I just he's kind of a friend of mine. I know him through Nintendo. Yeah. And I've met him at conventions because he's always a vendor at conventions. He just opened up his first store, his own brick and mortar store. And it's about a 2-hour drive from me. And I finally made the trip up last weekend to check it out and hang out and talk with him. And he actually makes repo and hacks and repo cards and stuff. Nice. And he sells them in his store. He has a special section of those.
Yep.
But it says right there, it says these are
And that's
as you
fine.
advertise,
whatever.
Yes.
And I
You're
bought
trying
2
to
of
rip
them
people
from him
off.
because he does great work. And I was just gonna, these aren't obviously games I picked, but I would show them off. This is a Castlevania one I picked.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
nice.
And then this Metroid one intrigued me here. It's he says it's a prequel to the original Metroid on the NES, and you
Oh,
play
yeah.
her mother, and
That's
you're on a
very
different
cool.
planet and stuff. And it does the great things in it where it has the map on the screen so you can see where you are instead of like not knowing where you're going and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
It has the great benefits added to it.
That's
And
cool.
I played this for a little while, and it's really cool. It's really cool.
Anybody have the ROM out there for that? I can go
Yeah.
For our EverDrive?
Yeah,
For our
I'm sure you can
backups?
find it. Yeah, and I've bought some other ones from him before, but again, he's like,
Oh yeah,
clear.
if you say
Yeah.
it's repro,
Yeah,
that gives people other options.
Yeah,
if
but
they
don't
wanna-
sell Pokemon,
and
repro.
say it's like
for
it's
$100.
authentic.
Yes,
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
Video gaming with the professor said Walmart's selling Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon sealed for $30 now. That's an easy 80 in 2 years.
yeah.
yes.
Yep.
My daughter just bought the Sun one because she wanted to play it, but it's still sealed, and I'm thinking of going and buying another one because she hasn't.
Hey,
opened
Oh,
it
we
yet.
really, yeah.
Hey, but you're-
Just leave
It's
it.
very true because in 2 years
Yeah.
it will be
We should
worth
actually
80.
pick one
And I
up.
would sell it
We should.
like that just to buy
Oh,
I
it.
don't know if
yeah.
it's
would play
down to that price
Yeah.
up here in Canada.
I don't know if it is either. And we
Yeah.
looked around and we didn't
Yeah.
see a whole lot at Walmart today. It's like our shelves are bare. I have no
No.
idea. Oh, Corona in a can said he'd pay to see you giggle. That was the weirdest giggle ever.
Oh man.
No, pay up. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, and then I got behind on the chat again. It's ridiculous.
All right, let's do a game there because you're never gonna get caught up.
Oh, so I was talking about the horror game. And
Yeah.
when Metal Gear because it has to do
That's
with
my thing.
PlayStation. So I played Resident Evil, the first one, when
Yeah.
I got my PlayStation, and I thought it was a great game. It was fun, but it didn't scare me or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Other than like the dog jumping out the window.
Yeah,
that's like
just a
that's
little
just somebody
jump
coming
scare
around the
in there.
corner going boo.
Yeah.
Whatever. Of course, she's gonna make you jump. But what really got me the heebie-jeebies, and I would have to take breaks from, was Silent Hill.
Oh yeah.
When I first
Silent
played
Hill
that, it was the first
was
time I played a
awesome.
game, and I wouldn't be able to go to bed. I'd be freaked out. And the thing is, at the time when I bought my PlayStation, and I bought this, I was living with she was my wife, but fiance then, at her house with her mom, and when I was going to college, I just started college, and she lives and still lives there on a dirt dead end road in the middle of the woods next to the river. So I would play this at like 1 a.m. in the dark, and it would be silence outside. It's like, it just added to the atmosphere. Yeah, it just added to the atmosphere.
The
And it was
music
just
and
like,
I have to tell you, that's the first start to finish horror game I ever played.
mhm.
And that it was not
Yeah.
all that long ago.
No,
It was like last year.
it was last
Because I only really started
January,
game.
wasn't it?
No, in February. Because the
February?
first game I played in January, I do believe, was Skyrim.
Okay.
So,
Mm.
yeah, Dennis, I gave him his picks, I think for February it was. And
Really?
that was one of them. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to have to like dive in and try it and then be
Yeah.
scared shitless. But I loved it. But yeah, there was times where I jumped, especially in the locker room.
Mhm. Yes.
Yeah. A
Yeah.
damn cat.
Mhm. Yep.
I was like,
remember
no. And now I think I'd go back and play it, and I even a year later, and I'd laugh because I've played scarier games. But yeah, I totally get where you're coming from. Terrifying at the
The
time.
thing with Resident Evil was it's a good game and great and stuff, but it's like, how often are we rolling around a big giant mansion?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
When are we ever walking around a school, walking around a hospital, just walking
Yeah.
down the street?
Yeah.
It's like
exactly.
putting you in like everyday kind of situations, places, I should say, and freaking you out. You know what I mean? To that, when something can be more realistic to me, it just freaks me out more. That's why like Blair Witch freaked me out because I grew up living in the woods, And people are like, "Oh, it's scary." I'm like, "You never lived in the friggin' woods."
Well,
man.
that was me too.
I live in the woods, and I didn't care.
It
for
freaked me out too. It freaked me out too because it was the same for me. I lived in the woods, but you shut up.
I had to walk out of the woods to get in the woods.
No, I lived in the woods too. What do we have here? Somebody mentioned a game that scared them. Corona in a Can said Condemned on the 360 freaked him out, and I think
I've got that. I haven't played it yet though.
The professor might have mentioned
that.
that earlier, but I have to ask you guys in the chat then, what is the scariest game you ever played? What was that game for you? I would love to know because I want to play them.
Mm-hmm. Well, real quick, I'll throw this in here because it's sitting here, and I didn't know if I was going to talk about it. But when we're talking about Resident Evil, I love the Resident Evil series, and I think it's great, and they're great games. But I want more Dino Crisis. I thought Dino Crisis was better to me than Resident Evil because I was big into dinosaurs. So
okay,
like Jurassic Park is one of my favorite like movie series and stuff. So being able to be hunted by them and hunt them and stuff, this was like awesome. So I want them to remake these like they did Resident Evil 2 and 3, or I want a new Dino Crisis. I never played the third one, but it looks absolutely stupid and horrible. It looks like Jason X, Jason in space. It's dinosaurs in space. It's like, what? But I still want it and want to play it.
And it doesn't play well either. Like, I guess the camera angles are just
weird. Cassandra said she grew up in the woods and it was scary. We have a few people commenting. Dan, bunch of numbers. I really wish you'd change your name because I think that's cool. Dan, bunch of numbers. Bigfoot lives in the woods. I always call him Dan, bunch of numbers. I kind of want to meet him in person because I want to know what you're.
I just want to know, you don't have to say, do the numbers mean anything or are they just random numbers?
Is it the last digits of your social insurance? Don't do that.
Is that a Visa or MasterCard?
I want to know when I buy something later. Fear. Try it. It has good scares. Do you have Fear?
Yeah, I've played
Fear is a good chunk of it. Yeah.
Megabomb 2. Hey, Megabomb. Saying Alien Isolation.
We know Megabomb.
I haven't tried it yet. I've heard great things.
Yeah, the alien is very intimidating.
Halloween.
Phil, you know I was scared because you were here. And it terrified me. And
somebody had D3 on the Dreamcast.
Oh, D3 on the Dreamcast.
Yeah. So we got the first D, but we haven't played it yet.
No, we haven't.
I hear good things.
Yes. Somebody said it doesn't quite qualify as a horror game, but BioShock had a few moments that had me jumping.
It had an eerie atmosphere to it there, kind of the underwater thing.
Modan saying Resident Evil when the dogs were coming. My power went out right as the monster was leaping at the screen. Oh shit!
Oh shit! Your pants.
Killing Floor Incursion is also a great horror game in VR.
Oh, yeah.
Is that good? Okay, that's one VR game I don't have. And I was wondering.
We don't even have a VR yet.
We don't have a VR yet.
I love it.
I may get a VR just for Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, or Sinners and Saints. However, there's have to play it.
And there's the other two Walking Dead games. There's the Saints and Sinners, and which is like nothing to do with the show, as in the characters. It's all its own thing. But there is a Walking Dead where you play as the characters in the show and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
They're both pretty good.
Nice. And somebody's saying
nobody's saying
bite your tongue on Jason X. Jason grabbing that sleeping bag and beating it against a tree is amazing.
Yeah.
That is my favorite Jason kill. I will give you that. That is my number one Jason kill.
Nobody's saying Resident Evil 7.
Well, we haven't made it through the whole list. They may have, because there's 43 people in the chat. So I expect 43 comments. No, I expect it.
I should. We got 43 likes. Come on now.
43 likes. And if you're not subscribed, 8-Bit should have 43 new subscribers by the time this thing is done.
Yeah.
We also have the original Resident Evil 2 scared me when I was a kid. And Resident Evil 2 2019 remake scared me again.
Oh, yeah.
I love what they did with those remakes.
They are awesome.
They're gorgeous. That's
I'm
why
waiting
I want
for 4.
Dino Crisis.
Yes.
Well,
I
want
those dinosaurs in like great HD, like perfect graphics.
I want the Parasite Eve remake.
That would be great too.
Dying for that.
Outlast was pretty cool. Yes, agreed. Still can't play it myself.
I hate the fact I can't fight back. I've played. Yes. I haven't finished it, but
I don't know anything. I've heard of that. I don't, but I've heard of it, but I don't know anything.
You're
about
you're in an insane asylum, and all you have is a damn camera there.
Oh yeah,
and you can't fight, so you're in the dark. You have to look night vision through your camera, and your battery dies on you. And constantly running and hiding.
It's terrifying. It kind of. Low key, there was a game I just played not that long ago.
I found the first one was scarier than the second one, where you're in with you're in the woods with the rednecks.
What did I play that I was on with Davis Deadly? We were talking about it. Right at the first of it, when I couldn't really fight and I was just trying to get away from that big guy.
Evil Within.
Yeah, Evil Within, the very, very first of it gave me that kind of Outlast vibe when I was trying to get away from the guy at first because I had nothing to fight with. And I did not enjoy it. So I was like, I don't know.
Back to Evil Within. I never finished that.
Your comment. You better shut your mouth.
Scott loves the D.
Shut that mouth.
Go back to eating your pellets. Mitch R saying, greetings from AL to our favorite Canadians. Nothing scared me more than PT. I need to play it, and I know it's just a demo, but it's killing me. I don't have it.
I was talking to somebody at work the other night about that. They said they played it.
Lucky jerks. That's not fair. Oh, shoot. What'd I do? Okay. Surprise, no one said Night Trap.
Oh, yeah.
Scare anybody.
You know what? I haven't played it yet, but we want it.
Yes, I do.
We forgot about it there, but we had made it a point. We're like, we should get it on the Switch.
Yeah, I would like to. Yeah. I think that would be awesome.
I downloaded that digital. It was on sale randomly on the Switch one day for like literally $1.99. So I was like, frig it out. Download because I never played it.
We summoned Davis Deadly to the chat by mentioning his name a couple times, and then he did confirm Scott does love the D.
People.
And then Pac-Man said Resident Evil 7 on VR will kill you.
Yes, it makes you nauseous though. I think that's how it kills you. Made me nauseous.
And Saints and Sinners more disturbing than scary, but as both Walking Deads, I got them both physically buy them, both even before you get the VR. Yes, I have to. I have to. And I think it was you, Video Gaming with the Professor, that mentioned that. And I was like, oh, I need to get all on top of that. Like, I need that game. DD, my brother.
I'm just going to say I like double Ds.
Double D.
I like the double Ds.
Hey, Dad, let's play said when Resident Evil first came out, my cousin and I stayed up all night playing it, and we kept getting freaked out thinking the footsteps from the game were coming from the hallway. Yes.
Well, when I had Dennis play through Biohazard down here in the game room, the surround sound was fucking freaking him out. It was freaking me out, and it would be like the third time I went through the game. Because you'd hear banging on the wall, and it would be like from different sides of the room and stuff. And it was
Chris has hit it. Chris has hit it. I don't know why I didn't talk about that. Yes. The first time I played that, I was so happy I was home alone because I literally was screaming like a little bitch. These killer clowns come out of freaking nowhere right at you, like at top speed, and you're just like, oh my god, shooting like a madman.
That would scare the bejesus out of me.
Yeah. It is fun.
I don't know if I can do it in VR.
I don't know if I could either.
One's not bad because it's on a rail.
Okay.
And then it'll stop, and then you're in a room, and then like all these like things are coming at you. And stuff, and it doesn't move a whole that fast. Trust me, I'm somebody who can't even ride like the simplest rides. Like a merry-go-round is the top I can go at a fair. Anything over that, I'm done. I'm done for the day. I
can't do a merry-go-round because of the going around in a circle aspect, but I'm fine on a roller coaster, like upside down.
VR, trust me.
Yeah,
if I can do it, you can. Here's a tip. have a fan blowing on you.
Oh,
I found that helps me out a
lot.
lot.
Scott's
you
my
will
biggest
sweat.
fan.
I won't get seasick.
I'll blow on you if you blow on me, Jen.
Sick, but I'll sweat a lot while playing it.
I don't doubt it because I sit in the chairs here playing an intense game and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to need a new shirt. Like if I played in VR and it felt like it was real life.
But yet you guys make fun of me for Naked Gaming Man.
Well, maybe we're just doing it wrong. That's the way you do it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
So I'm gonna have to do VR naked. That's
naked.
how to do it.
Yeah, just
maybe that'll be my stick.
It'll be your stick, all right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Speaking
you may
of
or may
D,
not want to stream it. I'm just saying. If you have an OnlyFans page, then that's where you stream it.
I guess.
Perfect.
Yeah, I guess that's
There
the
you
thing.
go.
Make a fortune. Yeah.
There you go. Cliff Racer said Morrowind actually has some pretty scary areas, especially when you are low level.
Oh.
I haven't played it yet, but
No. I don't even have it on my Xbox.
I can't say the word I'm about to say because if I say it, Modan will tell me to take another drink. So I'm not going to say it. But you know.
Grab the right move controller. Pac-Man, shame on you.
He's also saying blow for blow.
I agree.
See, he said something you like.
Yeah. I still don't forgive you.
Oh, Dead Space.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
See, I have those and I haven't played them yet. My plan was to play those last October. I wanted to save them for like a Halloween kind of a thing.
Well, yeah.
And I never got around to playing them. So I still haven't played them.
Oh, we have Back in the Day Gamer in here.
Ooh. Dude, D. Snyder. Nice.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Nice Iron Maiden and Metallica t-shirts. Thank you. Okay. I'm caught up on the chat.
Is it time for a game?
It's time for game.
All right, you want to do my number one and just get that out of the way?
Sure.
It's better than a number 2. On camera.
Oh, Hookzilla's in here too. Hey, Hookzilla. I saw that you asked me earlier about this and I had mentioned it. She asked me too, I think on Instagram, maybe about the glasses.
Hookzilla?
Yeah. They're just sticky label stuff for your glasses.
Like almost a vinyl sticker.
Yes, almost a vinyl sticker.
Oh, okay.
So if you send me a PM in Instagram, I will totally send you one in the mail. So send me your address. Yeah. Anybody that wants one, just
it's not dishwasher safe. I'll tell you
it's not dishwasher
wash
safe.
your hand there by hand.
Just wash it by hand. Put it on any glass you want.
I figure if you get like the right hat or something there, you can stick it on that. It'll look good too, I think.
Scott, I love you. We should touch mustache. Complete Geek TV. This is what you came here for. This is what's happening right now. There's gonna be some mustache touch.
I don't even have a response for that, but it's gonna cost more than $20.
RC Cola. All right, here's your moon pie.
Yeah.
Bye.
RC
You
all
guys
the
are
way,
the
baby.
best. You guys are
RC all the way.
Oh, and one more thing. Here They Lie is scary as fuck for PSVR. I don't say the AF. I just go all the way.
Is that only digital or is that physical too?
I don't know.
I haven't seen that one.
Jen likes them physical.
And
I like it.
Swig of beer for the working man.
Oh, swig of beer for the working man.
Oh, I do have a Radler, so it's kind of like a beer.
No, it's not.
Shut up. Yeah, you can't get put in the penalty box here. We just let you say anything you want. Who did we let on here one time? When
Adolf Hitler.
Adolf Hitler?
That was a name there. Yeah. I wasn't even paying attention to the chat, but later on I had to go back and see what he was talking about. And I was like, what? It doesn't even make sense there. I know he was trolling us, but the couple of things that we clicked on, we were just laughing. I was like, what?
Oh my God.
Fuck.
Scott, I got room for one more if you still want to go to Aspen. Hop on, partner.
Pac-Man, what are you drinking?
Love that movie.
Or smoking.
Is it legal there? It's legal everywhere here.
Yeah.
Canada.
You like smoking? Come
Legal
on
here.
up to old Canada.
There you go.
Old Smoky.
All right, let's get on with the next game before you get yourself in trouble with Pac-Man anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, so my number one game of all time, all games, Contra.
Oh,
yeah.
This is my favorite game of all time, and it's because it's the epitome of 80s action when I was a kid, it was all about Arnold, Stallone, Van Damme, all that stuff. So this game just spoke to me like from the heart. I mean, it just got aliens in it. I mean, it's like everything rolled into one that I loved as a kid. And I was finally able to no death run that back in
nice
2019, and I did it on stream.
Oh, did you do it on stream?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I mean, I could always beat it, like, you know, by dying a couple of times. You know, I got good at it and stuff. But I'm like, I need to no death this thing. I know I can do it. And I finally did it during one stream, and I remember it was getting late, and everybody was like falling off. But Mega Dan and Linda, aka the Gamer Girl, stayed on the whole stream until I did it.
Nice.
Oh,
nice.
So I have that up on my channel. I cut just instead of the 2 hour long it took for me to do it, I just cut the no death and put it up as his own thing.
He did it in one shot.
Yeah.
Well, a few people in their chat are saying they'd love to see it. So what we'll do is add it in the description
after
it'll happen. So you guys can find it.
It'll be like tomorrow sometime,
YouTube or maybe we can tweet it or something as well.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
I'll send you guys the like direct link to that one. It's just like 19 minutes long. It only took like, I don't know, it only takes like what 15 minutes to beat the game. But, you know, it's all the cheering afterwards of
That's awesome though. Like that's a big accomplishment to be able to no death run that. Holy shit.
And then as a kid, I mean, this was it. And then I had no idea until like, I don't know, like 5 so years ago that like that the Japan had a whole different version of it with like a map screen, cinematic.
I think I've seen that. Yeah.
The trees move and all that stuff. So I had to get it. So I got the Famicom.
Oh, nice.
And actually, I just played this today because I probably play this game at least once a week, if not more. That's how much I love it. Like,
well, you kind of got to keep your skills sharp too, right? Yeah.
And then, of course, in Europe and the PAL regions, they got Pro Protector. Which basically is instead of being 2 guys, you're 2 robots. So they swapped because in PAL regions it was too violent to kill humans. So they had to change all the sprites to like robots and stuff. So when I love a game, it's like I gotta get every kind of, if there's an alternate version of it, I gotta get like every version.
Yeah.
Like physically.
Our Japanese aficionado in the house, Phil, is telling us the Japanese version is better actually.
Yeah. It's pretty neat because it's got like, you know, the part where you shoot, you stand just right and the truck shoots at you and then eventually it starts moving towards you. I don't know if you remember that. The part
I haven't played it that much.
Well, in the Japanese version, it starts moving way before the American one does.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little bit more intense. Things like that. Some of the colors of things are different.
Different good?
Red or blue. Oh, it's just different. It's just things that are red or blue and vice versa.
Oh,
the giant robot boss looks different. He doesn't look the same as the American one. It's just weird nuances. And then, of course, they have like the moving trees in the jungle. The trees actually move. There's actually extra snow in the snow level. It's just a lot better. It's amazing. You actually see them run onto the helicopter before the scene where the helicopter comes off the island and then it goes up. There's a lot of cool little things.
We have a challenge. Prove it. Definitely impressive, not an easy game. So yeah, we're definitely gonna have to get that video because that's proof right there.
Well, I was thinking of I don't know if anybody knows of the organization Extra Life for gamers.
Yes,
to raise money for children's hospitals.
Yeah.
You can do streams and things like that.
Yeah, I've donated to that a couple times.
I've been wanting to do something for that, and then I thought would it be great is to pick a certain time frame and stream for that whole thing, and I play nothing but Contra and just keep playing the loop until I run out of all continues in lives until it completely ends.
That's a good idea. So I love that idea.
You know, over and over, loop it and stuff. Not no death every time, but just I gotta stay alive and get through as many loops as I possibly can to raise money for stuff. So that's something I might be doing at some point.
I love that idea. Davis Deadly is leaving us to his addiction, Returnal. Yeah, you're gonna have that addiction for a little bit because it just came out yesterday.
That looks interesting. That game.
It does. It definitely looks interesting for sure. I'm conserving my gamer money for the Village, so I was like, I'll pass on Returnal for now.
Yep.
I may eventually totally pass on Pokemon Snap. I have no interest in that at all.
I got that yesterday.
Did ya?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never played it. Like,
okay.
so it was but I was surprised that Alex didn't want it because
Yeah.
he loves everything Pokemon. He has
Mhm.
not all the Pokemon games on the DS, but he has at least one from every run.
Well, he has one from every generation.
Yes,
something
every
like that.
generation. He could explain it better,
Yeah.
but apparently he's
Yeah.
not watching.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got a few. He was very excited to see them go up in price, so much so that he made himself a price charting account and inputted all his games into them and was very excited to see what they're all worth.
It's like
And
watching stocks. Yeah.
It is.
Oh,
It
really?
is.
Yeah.
And I was very like, oh my God, we paid that much for that and now it's worth this. Can we have them back?
Yeah.
Like, don't ruin them. But
I will
yeah.
say
No, he's good with
I'm
it.
not that excited about PS5 and Xbox Series X right now.
Yeah.
If the rumors are true and things I'm hearing, what's gonna make me go out and buy a PS5 is gonna be when they
Oh
come out.
yeah. When
with
they
a new
come out
Metal
with a new
Gear.
one.
Oh, okay.
That's gonna be almost why I bought the PS1 back in
Yeah.
the day. Once
Yeah.
there's a Metal Gear for the PlayStation 5, I'm there.
Oh, Bones is peacing out. See ya, Bones. Thanks
Oh,
so
see ya,
much for
Bones.
stopping
See ya.
by. I don't know why I yelled that. I yelled that a little bit like he was going, and if I yelled it, he would hear. Like, I'm not sure what the hell was going
It's
on.
not
there.
even on the chat anymore.
But I yelled it, so
Oh,
he
he probably
probably
heard
heard it. I don't know where you're at, but I can get pretty loud. Cassandra said if you do an Extra Life charity stream, she'll totally watch, and I would totally
Oh,
watch too.
Us too, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. What else do we have here? Because I did not get behind on the stream. I just want to say right now, Waves and Games said I had to change my mind set on Pokemon Snap. I'll try.
Mhm.
Maybe I would really like it. I don't know because I've played a lot of games. I'm like, I would probably like that. And then I totally got addicted. So
Yeah.
I'm very forgiving on games. I'll try anything because I'm so fresh still. So
Yeah.
why not try everything, right? Says this is awesome. I'm all about breaking stereotypes and showing that gamers do good in the world. As a Destiny person, I donate all year long. That's awesome.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. I've been on a couple streams. What's his name? It's not
That's me. I'm terrible. with
he's a
names.
gamer from Ontario, and my God, I cannot remember his name. But I got on one of his charity streams and donated on there. And then also a friend of ours in Dieppe did one, and I jumped on that charity stream too
I
because
can't remember.
who doesn't know somebody whose child hasn't needed like medical help at some point in their life. I know my cousin had to stay a week at the IWK in Halifax.
Yep.
Good friend of mine from high school's little girl had leukemia. She finally got her port taken out. Like important things to donate to for kids. Like absolutely.
I have a medical condition that I got. It's a rare disease, and I got inflicted with it when I got about 17 years old, and I had to have a surgery. And because I was 17, so I was like, not an adult. Well, I'm not really a kid. I had to go to the kids ward of the stay. It was only like a 2-night stay thing, but I was in there with all these kids, little kids with cancer and all these things, and it was just like wrenching. You know what I mean?
It is.
Like 5-year-olds going through something, and then like I would hear crying in the middle of the night and stuff, and it was just like. And so ever since then, it's just like I just can't fathom in this world somebody that small going through something so horrific.
Yeah,
you know,
shouldn't have to.
so
No.
ever since then, I've been kind of sensitive to that whole.
Oh, absolutely. I didn't even. I had to spend the night in the hospital when I was a kid for nothing serious. I had my tonsils out. I don't know if that was just typical what they did, but Or my mom was like, "Could you stay overnight? Do you think
Can you take her for one
Get
night?
off my hands for a while.
overnight?" But my brother and I got our tonsils taken out at the same time. But I remember
Night out for the parents.
night out for the parents, right? But I remember the side rails on the bed coming up, and I'm thinking, bitch, I'm 7. And that made me cry because I'm like, here I am spending the night in the hospital without my parents, and my brother seems to be getting along fine. He's fine with it. And
You're
here I
just
am in a
dragging.
baby bed with side rails, and I just bawled.
Because that's why they put you in
But
the
then I
baby
got
bed.
popsicles afterwards when I had my tonsils taken out and ice cream, and it was fine.
Yeah.
I did miss T-ball, but they did still give me my trophy. So it was all
Participation.
good. Participation trophy
What's,
started.
What's
back
Mega
in
Bomb
the
talking
80s.
about Castlevania?
Well, they were saying something about
I didn't see it.
he's limited run release
Oh,
of
yes.
Castlevania
Oh,
collection.
yes.
And then he was like,
Where's my
Castlevania.
Contra collection? Come on.
Right, eh?
I
Yeah.
love Castlevania. Don't get me wrong, but they should release them both. Like
Yes.
physical.
Yeah, Mike
Yes.
actually sent us a link for that Castlevania
Yeah,
collection
I'll,
there.
I'll be ordering that for sure. Castlevania.
For some reason, my charity streams don't do well. Help Pac-Man case buy a Corvette. Not sure what's up. Like Barbie's Corvette, because we could probably get you to that point if you need a Barbie Corvette.
Give me $20, I'll get you a Barbie Corvette.
Tank the challenge, and we'll get you a Barbie Corvette.
Take the challenge, I'll get you a Barbie. Whatever floats your boat, buddy.
Well, whatever. Co-op of Nerds saying, I volunteer with homeless teens and young adults. Wow,
Oh,
that is really,
yeah.
really nice.
That's very admirable.
Yep. My wife used to be a nurse in the burn unit at the local children's hospital. She had to
Oh.
quit just too much. Yes,
Oh, I
that
can imagine.
would be a lot. And I'm sure you hear some horror stories there too, not just like, a burn accident, but like something that happened on purpose. And that would be what would crush me. You know what I mean? It's not just an accident. Somebody did that intentionally. And that's when I would be like, nope, I'm good. I'm out. I can't do this. And Pac-Man wants a pink Corvette. And Hookzilla said they are $20 now. Well, I mean,
I don't know.
we don't know, but we can make it $20. Give us your $20 and we'll buy you a Corvette.
It's probably more. I don't know.
It might be more, but we'll give you a friendship discount and give it to you for 20.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. All right. Do we have another game?
Do we?
Do we? Of course we do.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh hell yeah! Let me talk about this game a little bit. So I remember getting the N64. I bought the Jungle Green Donkey Kong system, which I still have right over there. And I remember looking at the games. Again, I didn't buy it right away. That one came out a lot longer. So I was looking at the games and I saw this one and I said, oh, this must be like a Metal Gear or something. And on the N64, and that's Operation Winback. And I love this game.
I've never played that.
Never. I don't even know if I've heard of it.
This game, now, people love like the Gears of War, the duck and cover and shoot thing.
Yep.
I'm telling you, this game is what started it all.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Capitalizes on the whole shoot around the corner, duck, hide, and things like that. Now, I'm not gonna say it's gonna win any like gaming awards or Oscars.
Yeah.
It's not a fantastic game, but for the time, and I'd say it's worth a play. And it's not a very pricey game. They did come out a little later on the PlayStation 2. And they
cool.
Actual voice acting in this one.
Nice.
Where the other one you had to read it because it was 64. Now this one, the voice acting is so bad it's good kind of deal.
I love that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love that.
It's entertaining.
No. Like,
well, because you couldn't get like A and B list actors to voice your games back there. You're like, hey Bob, what are you doing tomorrow?
Hey, where's the janitor at? Get him in here. This is, you know.
Exactly.
But they came out with a part 2, and the part 2 you can get on Xbox. It's the only one on Xbox is part 2 for some reason. And it's
still never
it's
seen
just more of the same, basically. But I wanted to point it out because, just like you guys are doing, you never heard of it. So a lot of people have never heard of this, and I say give it a shot. I mean,
I'm going to cut you off there for a second just to say bye to Pac-Man Case. He's probably going to try to get some more deals.
Oh,
maybe.
Yeah.
No, but he said, in all seriousness, I love, hate now, you guys. I have to bounce. 8-Bit, thanks for sharing. Glad to have you in the community, man. Thanks so much for stopping by. Pac-Man's awesome.
Sleep with one eye open.
Sleep with one eye open and your hand on your wallet.
Yeah.
Gingerbeard, the gaming dad, is in. What have you missed so far? Okay, I'm going to cover it in a nutshell. We talked about games. We got super behind on the chat, and we're drinking. That's pretty much it.
Yep, that's pretty much it.
Awesome games, awesome people in the chat, all around.
How am I not surprised that Phil knows about Winback?
Yeah. Our friend Phil, I don't think there's a game he doesn't know about. If I ever knew about a game and Phil didn't know about the game, I would just quit. I would win life. I would win life. I would win game life forever.
Yep.
Yeah, there's not knowledge he doesn't have about a game. Like, he knows them all. It's 100%. Modan wants to know if the challenge is in 20 US or Canadian.
Just 20.
Just 20 because we're not really going by value
unfair if we bumped ours up to US dollar value. Yeah. So I'd be playing with $150
exactly.
Canadian.
It fluctuates so much. Oh, Lord. Thanks for the update. Just got off work. You're welcome. Oh, man. Cliff Racer saying was a weird error where you could play a game that was ported to both N64 and PS2. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And then just
are you caught up?
I am caught up. Modan, I'm caught up. Take a drink.
Oh.
He's already dunked, so I don't know if we can get him to take a drink anymore.
Well, that's kind of weird because with the N64, you have a PlayStation 1 Resident Evil 2.
Yes.
Going to the N64.
Yes.
And then you got an N64 game going to the PS2.
Yeah.
Yes, it is, right?
Strange, yeah.
It is very strange. Do we have another game, or do you have anything else to say about that game?
There's not much to say about it, other than I highly recommend you giving it a shot and give it a try.
Well, I want to find it on the Xbox.
There's not many N64 games that are kind of, I wouldn't say it's a mature. I mean, it's a T rating, but for N64, this is about as, other than Resident Evil, is about as mature you're gonna get.
Okay.
For a game, and it's just fun. It's just a fun. It's fun to see because, like I say, this is the duck and cover.
Very expensive or pretty cheap to get?
I think this is pretty cheap. I want to say it's only like $20.
Oh, that's not bad.
Like that.
Oh, that will only cost us like $80 up
here. Yeah.
Is $20 in pesos
this is
a
little bit more. I think the second one's a little bit more because it's not as common.
Yeah. Okay. What's $20 in pesos? Can we play in whatever currency we want? Is that allowed? I don't know. And time for what? I don't know what that is. Is that a drink? That might.
No. He's gonna have to clarify.
Oh, Megabomb is saying the beer is flowing in me, guys.
Good for you.
You know where we live. You probably can't drive here now, though. If the beer is flowing in you. 20 rubles. How much is 20 rubles? Can we play in?
Sounds expensive though, eh?
It does. Because you hear rubles and you're like, riches and diamonds.
Yeah.
It really sounds like rubies, so I think it's a lot. Southern Comfort. Oh, SoCo. I get it now.
Canada. We got no Southern.
We're in southeastern New Brunswick. Does that count?
No.
20 pesos is like $1. Pac-Man has to play in pesos. Oh, poor Pac-Man. I can almost walk there. All right, we're unlocking the door now, Phil. Okay. I am going to go to the bathroom and pee. I probably didn't need to tell you guys which one, but you guys start with the next game and I'll be right back.
All right.
All right.
She doesn't need to know anyway.
The
We're gonna get behind on the chat.
next things I'm just kind of bundle them together because it's kind of all the same genre or same thing, and that's Guitar Hero.
Oh yeah,
and the Rock Band series.
Yeah,
being a musician, I fell in love with these. But sometimes you talk to gamer musicians and they hate these. But I was
I've heard that too.
I would play the heck out of the Guitar Hero, but I always felt like there was something missing. And then the Rock Band series came out and added the drums and the singing, the bass, and even the keyboard. I have all that stuff, and it would just make for great parties.
Oh, yeah.
We'd all get together, the whole house would be full, and we'd just be jamming. This is pre-kids.
We still do that once in a while. Because I still have all my stuff.
I haven't played them in so long because they're kind of like in the closet because I got no place to keep the drums out and all that stuff. Because I even have I got Metallica Guitar Hero. And that came with the drums.
Was just about to say
and stuff.
The Guitar Hero Metallica, that was my favorite Guitar Hero, but normally I would go towards Rock Band stuff.
Yeah.
And speaking of drums, Mr. Mega Bomb there, he is one hell of a drummer on the Rock Band stuff.
Nice.
Oh, he's playing it hardcore, man. He's like freaking soaked to sweat there when he's done. He's like,
oh, wow. That's amazing. That's awesome. My daughter, we went to the, I don't know if they have them in Canada, but Round One, which is like a Dave and Buster's. So it's like a restaurant with like arcade.
I don't think so.
A Round One?
Round One or Dave and Buster's, anything like that?
No, not really.
Oh.
We're not fun. Maybe in like a bigger city or something.
Okay.
But
not where we are.
Our movie theater used to have a little place where you could play games in it. Yeah. And you could get popcorn.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other weekend, a couple weekends ago at the big mall, they have a Round One, and I brought my daughter, my oldest, there, and she saw this guitar. If it wasn't Guitar Hero, I forget what it's called. It was actually, they have a lot of like Japanese arcade machines there. They have the Candy Crabs, and then other like rhythm games that are only like in Japan. And there was this awesome setup. It was a guitar game, but it had like two giant like Marshall stacks with the speakers for the game.
Oh,
and
cool.
It had a foot pedal with a wah and a distortion and all that stuff. It was a whole get up. It was awesome. But it was like all these like Japanese songs, like rock songs. So it was weird. But she was playing it and she was kicking ass at it.
Oh, that's awesome.
I told her, I'm like, hey, I have like stuff like that at home. And so as soon as we got home, she goes, "Where's the guitar game? Where's the guitar game?" So I set her up with the guitar. That's why it was so easy to grab, because it's literally sitting here. The guitar's right there. She's been playing this in this room. Like I've been working from home, and she'll get home from school, and I'm like, I got a meeting. You can't start playing now. She's like in here playing it, and I'm trying to Zoom in meetings, and she's been loving it. So
you've piqued
so great.
You've piqued Peter's interest. He says, "Wait. You're a musician? Musician?
Yes.
Used to be. Well, you still are, I guess. But
you're always a musician.
One guitar is hanging up right there. This is the bottom of it right there. That's one of my Les Pauls there.
Oh, that's awesome.
But I haven't been like in a band, like I was saying, since my oldest was like 3 and she's 10 now. So
do you miss it at all?
Yes and no.
Probably don't miss the drama of being in a band, but you miss performing, maybe?
I don't miss the drama. I miss the performing. I don't miss it's 4 a.m. Now we have to break down and load up and drive home.
Yeah.
That always was the sucky. I love setting up. I don't know what it was. I love setting up.
Well, you're hyped up, ready to go, right?
And then when it's over, it's like, I got to break all this down, which is great because you learn to like shrink. You're like, when you first start off, you're like, I gotta have all this stuff, all these pedals, all this stuff. I have to have the best amp. I have to have the big amp. I have to have all this stuff. And then you soon realize you're like, I gotta clean all this shit up and pack it up. And you go, what can I do without? And then you end up, I ended up being able to fit my whole stage setup for my stuff in like a backseat of a car.
Oh, that's awesome to make it easy.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah. Later.
Yeah.
Megabomb says, "You, sir, have great taste," because I know he's a big rock band
I was
fan.
telling him there. Well, he like I said, we still do it once in a while here.
Yeah.
We'll have gang over there and we'll play some rock band. Megabomb's a hell of a drummer.
Yeah, he is. Cooperative Nerd says, Guitar Hero is great. My buddy who has a doctorate in drumming said, if you can play on expert, you can play real drums.
I believe that.
I believe it too.
I am not coordinated at all at drums. I'm
Well,
horrible.
I've seen people take like the real, like, and I have a set downstairs because the kids got interested in drums and I wasn't about to give them a real set. So I bought an electronic set.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
On.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah. But they haven't, like kids, they lose interest. So the thing's been downstairs in the basement. But I've seen people being able to hook those up to Rock Band.
I've heard that.
Play
Yeah.
with like real electric drums to play Rock Band on. And I thought that would be awesome.
Somebody was telling us just maybe a couple weeks ago about that. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this question. Gernaldino says, and I pronounce your name differently all the time just to keep it fresh and funky. If you could have a new Guitar Hero game made that's a band, one like Van Halen or Metallica, that hasn't been done yet, who would you pick? That's a tough one.
Well, see, I would pick something that people would not even know. So it would never happen.
So it wouldn't sell well, but it would be worth a lot and you would have it.
That's right.
Right?
I'm a big fan of Stuck Mojo.
Stuck Mojo. I've never heard of
I
them.
don't know.
They are the people think that like Limp Bizkit and all those bands that came out around that time started the whole metal rap thing.
Yeah.
Stuck
It
Mojo.
was them.
They were the ones that started it, and they, in fact,
see, I love all that stuff, so I feel like I would love them
in fact,
too.
It's because of Stuck Mojo that Fred Durst became who he was. He wasn't a rapper; he was just a rock singer. And then he saw Stuck Mojo, and Stuck Mojo has like a real, like, from the hood rapper in their band, and he's like, "Oh, I like that," and stuff. And so he's the one that kind of got Fred Durst into that whole like.
I know what band. I know
thing.
which one it is now. I want.
Okay, well, hold that thought for a second because we have a ton of people.
Well,
somebody did say
I want to take my bathroom.
Fernie67, you go ahead, is in the house too. Hey, Fernie, he said the closest Dave and Buster's to us is in the U.S., in Boston. So
Hard Rock Boston.
Oh, I have a Hard Rock one, but from Orlando. And that Boston, that is the biggest
like an
one.
hour drive for me.
Oh, is it? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Orlando is like more than an hour's drive for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have to take a couple planes, but not right now because COVID. But we went a couple years ago, and that's the biggest Hard Rock at Universal. I didn't know that. Has the most seating. So a lot of people are answering the question.
Oh, I thought of another band too.
Deftones.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Megabomb said he played drums a couple of weeks ago, might have broken them. I feel ya because I go through drums on Rock Band a lot.
That's my big fear. The drum set that I have for Rock Band, I had to fix one of the pads by taping, I think it was nickels, a couple nickels. Like, take the pad off and then you tape a couple nickels under it because it wasn't responding.
Okay.
And I think it was because it was worn out, but then you put the nickels in there, and then it was almost like adding the sensor like bigger, so it would hit it more. And so I'm always afraid that I'm going to
red pad.
The red one, I think.
It's always the
one.
It's always the red one. It is. It's always the damn red one. It gets bubbled and it ruins your life.
Yeah.
But I play Rock Band drums so hard, and I'm serious when I say this. If I could redo my wedding, we would have had Rock Band at my reception. 100% we would have played Rock Band. I think that would have been amazing. But I have broken several sets of drumsticks on my Rock Band drums. Yes.
That's impressive to break them with a Rock Band drum.
I play like I'm in the band.
Oh, geez.
Plays like she's beating somebody.
I'm a guitar player,
Death.
but when Rock Band came out, I was about the drums. I didn't want to do guitar. It's like I can play guitar. I want to do drums because
drums
way back in the day, I wanted to be a drummer. And then I found out how much drums were, and they're like, "Oh, you gotta buy the cymbals separate." I gotta buy the cymbals too separately, and then it's like, I'm like, I can't afford that. Oh, look at that $100 guitar. I'll take that, thanks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Like, you're speaking my language, and nobody, you know what? In all the Get to Know Gamers we've done so far, nobody has pulled out a Rock Band.
No,
I don't.
No, I think
am I wrong?
I think you're wrong. I think
maybe it was Phil.
No, I don't think so.
I feel like I'm right.
Sure.
Somebody tell us if you've paid more attention to me than in our own.
Tell me more about my own channel. Then.
Yes, please, because I could very well be wrong.
We drink during all of them, so
yeah.
Do I get to say which Rock Band I want?
No, we're still going through it.
I thought of another one that people would probably.
I didn't get to hear.
Foo Fighters.
Yes, that's the one I was going to say.
Foo Fighters would be awesome.
Yeah.
Queen. Slayer would be awesome.
Oh my God, Slayer.
Eric Johnson. Rock
Dream Theater. Holy crap.
Dreams would be cool too.
That'd be
Katsumi Hori Project. Soundgarden. Alice in Chains.
What they should have done a whole Seattle. They should have done a whole Seattle pack, like
yes,
like, you know, like good stuff. That would have been great.
Deftones, Slipknot.
Oh my God,
Deftones again. Pantera.
Can I name one now?
Oh, Pantera.
Because I'm not 100% sure if I know there was a lot of
Fred Durst copied
a lot of their
I'm
songs
shocked.
on different games. But if I could get one that's all Iron Maiden.
Oh,
dude.
that would be cool.
Oh,
I'm telling you, I downloaded all the Iron Maiden tracks for Rock Band. I should say I had the PS3, the one that first came out, so it was completely backwards compatible, but it was only like a 30 or 60 gig. I can't remember which one. It was small, not much space.
I think there was two different sizes. I filled that thing
up with so many Rock Band tracks I downloaded.
Oh yeah,
I couldn't play any other game.
Whoa.
We spent a lot of money.
Machine.
Ours is all on the Xbox, but we've got a lot of songs too.
Grunge Rock Band would be cool. I would love that. We got Zeppelin too. I'm looking through all these and I'm like, yes. Hailstorm would be awesome. I know they don't have like a big repertoire of songs, but I would love Hailstorm.
They're pretty good.
I love Hailstorm. Yeah. I think I just love to sing it. Maybe I don't know.
I like my metal and my like.
How about for you Canadians, Rush?
Rush. I know you're not a big Rush fan, but yeah, that would be cool. Rush would be cool.
I'll listen to them on the radio, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Neil Peart Rock Band would be great drumming.
Oh, and Waves and Games said it might have been Gaming Off the Grid that mentioned it because Guitar Hero is one of Robert's favorites.
I thought it might be, but I didn't want to say for sure and sound like an idiot. But
yeah, Linkin Park would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
System of a Down would be cool. That would be a hell of a track. Track pack.
I like a lot of Motley Crue stuff.
Yeah, Motley Crue.
Yeah.
Pink Floyd.
If you're gonna do Motley Crue, though, you gotta have the Rock Band drums spin while you're sitting on them.
Oh yeah. Toy dolls.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. And now we're like completely into the music side.
I know, right?
We could go off on a tangent, 100%.
All right. Well, let's jump into another game here.
Yeah.
Stir up a different
Hey,
pot.
Modane, I did not get behind on that.
On top of it.
Okay, so this game, this is another cheat.
Megabomb has the hockey theme. That's awesome.
So this game came out on the PS3 originally, and I never played it, never paid attention to it.
Sorry, I didn't mention Blues Brothers. There we go.
And then they remastered it on the PS4, and I still never gave it a thought. And then Linda, aka I was on a podcast,
Yeah.
Video Games Does Sleep podcast.
I'm intrigued now.
And Linda, aka the Gamer Girl, was talking about it, and I mentioned that I have it on the PS4, the remaster one. It's still sealed even, and I've had it for a year and I haven't played it. And she's like, "You have to play it."
I'm
And I
going
was like,
through the games in my head.
it was so overhyped that I was like, "This can't be that good," you know. And this made me feel like Metal Gear Solid when I played that, and that is The Last of Us.
Oh, thank you.
That's what I thought. You haven't played them yet?
I played this literally a month before the second one was coming out.
Okay.
I finally played it.
So
I
good.
couldn't stop. The world
Yeah.
didn't exist for me anymore.
Right?
Don't talk to me until I finish this.
Well,
And the PS3 I bought later on because I was like, I got to get the original release of it. But this is the one I first played.
now
And then I played this the first hour into playing this. I immediately went online and pre-ordered the second one.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was already like, I know this is gonna be good, and I gotta continue it. And I
Did
don't
you
care what
like it?
anybody says,
well,
this
obviously.
was a masterpiece.
Yes.
Was a masterpiece.
Yeah.
I
Their
I don't
opinions
care
are
that
like
Joel,
strong on both sides.
I
No.
don't
The
care that
giraffes of
Joel
us.
got killed.
Yeah.
I love the fact that he got killed.
Right?
Yeah.
In it.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know what?
And
Nobody
made it
wanted
so
to
much
lose.
more emotional.
Exactly.
And connection.
What
And
else could they have done to really,
I know,
really
it's like-
swing the emotions of people that hard?
Yes.
Oh, we're in this world still trying to survive.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. No, you needed one of the characters to somehow have a drive.
Yeah.
To make you want to play it. So they either
Yes.
have to kill her and have Joel like seek revenge, or him and her seek revenge.
It couldn't
Yeah, it
be
couldn't be.
her because he is getting older. And
Wait, no, I know.
it's a natural, you know what I mean? Like it would be natural that eventually something would happen to him because I've said this so many times before on different
Can't have a
streams.
65-year-old
You
hero.
can't have
He's not
you
Wolverine.
can't have a retiree like wheeling up to a zombie like I'm gonna
Yeah.
fuck you up now. Like you can't. I'm gonna get my walker out. Like
Right.
no, you can't have that. It's not gonna work.
If you wanted to keep going
Now-
on, you would have to have her because now she could be like her in her
Exactly.
30s, 40s, or whatever.
Exactly.
Now,
And
I
love
loved how they tied that together between the two of them.
oh yeah.
The tie-in was
I
awesome.
love that because I love it when a movie makes you root for the bad guy.
Or
Yes.
at least see their side of it.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like I can see why she's pissed and I can see why she's pissed.
Yeah.
And I want both of them to be satisfied. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
I need
It's
to know for you, and sorry, you go first because I knew
Okay,
you wanted
this
to
might
mention
be the same question. Which character did you like playing more as, Abby or
Ellie.
Ellie?
What if you're just like picking based on gameplay? I guess.
Yeah.
is what
Right.
we're wondering.
Phew. I'm gonna go probably off of the range here and say Abby.
No, that's me too.
Yeah.
That's Scott too.
I love the game right up to that point where I had to play it as Abby, and I was like pissed off, like everybody was.
Yeah.
But then about an hour or two into it, playing as her and fighting and being able to kill the zombies or whatever they called them there, I can't remember,
Clickers
with your
and-
bare
yeah.
hands.
Yeah.
With your
With your
bare
bare
hands. I was
hands.
like, this is fucking awesome. This is me. She's full on Rambo. This is my style of game.
Yeah.
I was mixed because I really liked that you didn't have to craft shivs with Ellie. I loved that. And then I had to go back to crafting shivs with Abby, and I was like, what the fuck? Because
Yeah.
I was always running out of those things. So,
Oh yeah.
but her side of the story was better. You had
Mhm.
better, your enemies always make everything better, and she had the better enemies.
Oh,
Yeah.
They were so much better in her side of the story. Like that Rat King. Oh my God. Oh
Yeah.
my God. You could not have even seen that coming.
Yeah.
It was so amazing.
Yeah. I
Were you lucky enough to not have any spoilers ruin the game for you?
yeah, I shut myself off
Me
until
too.
I
Good.
played
Yeah,
and finished
us
it.
too.
Yeah, I didn't
Cor-
watch anybody's review or anything. While I was
Cronin
playing.
Akan is saying Last of Us and Uncharted series is the only reason I bought a PS3. And I think that would be true for
Uncharted
a lot
is
of
great,
people.
yes.
Uncharted is amazing.
Yep.
Last of Us is so freaking good. And then Mega Bomb saying masterpieces. 100%. I love this chat.
I can't wait for the next one. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Well, they're remastered. What do you feel? How do you feel about? I'm hearing. I don't know if it's 100% on this, but they're going to remaster the first one. Do you feel like they even need to remaster it
again? I know. I've heard that too.
Yes. I'm like, why? It doesn't need.
Apparently, we've lost a second Days Gone to them putting their energy to a new remaster of The Last of Us. And I'm like, why? It's perfect.
I don't think.
I mean, going to remaster the remaster?
Just remastered on the PS4. That's only one generation behind.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I could say the same thing about
grab at that point.
But it's such a big leap graphically between the two. I can tell, from watching footage. I haven't played this myself personally, but I watched footage, and I obviously played this version.
I played the first version. Jen played the remastered version.
I did play the remastered, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I think it should. I don't know. I think it's kind of a waste.
I think so too.
But when you say that, are you going to buy it?
Well, yes.
Yes.
I need another hole in my head. Yes.
Oh, I want to say Chris James T said it took me till Linda and Retro Mikey played Last of Us to play it finally, as I was stuck then, loved it since. Yes.
Yep, that's how I was.
That's a hell of a story. The both games together.
Agree. Last of Us 2 is amazing. And Cronin Can is saying spoilers. I hope we didn't spoil anything for you.
Oh shit.
But it said it can't wait for the show on HBO. Yes, I'm in 100%.
I hope it's going to be good. I hope.
Me too.
I don't know.
Marcus is saying Abby for gameplay and story. And Gervais here. He's saying, I was going to embarrass 8-Bit, but he doesn't get embarrassed.
Don't show those photos that you have.
We can screen share on this. It's fine. Wait, Joel dies?
What?
Peter. No, we did not ruin that for you. And my son saying,
this is
I'm
not the
sorry
first
about
stream
being
we've
late.
talked about this.
I don't know why I say my son. Like, it didn't take two of us to make
Well,
that.
we haven't confirmed he's mine.
Look at him for 5 seconds and deal with his like stubborn attitude. He's a Burns through and through. I'm sorry. I love you.
Yeah. that's my youngest. My wife, she looks at our youngest and looks at me and she goes, "That's your daughter."
Does she reference that it's your daughter when she does something bad?
Either.
What?
Go buy it right now.
Well, we just spoiled everything for them. So
Fresh.
why would they?
We're never talking again, Fresh. Nope.
We're done here.
Unless that's Mary. Fresh or Mary. Either one.
The pictures are all up on Instagram now. It's over for you.
But yes, Co-op Nerds, Fresh Mary, you play those. Because I waited so long. Like I said, I didn't even buy this PS3 one because I felt it was so overhyped that it couldn't be good at all. And then my wife bought this like just randomly for one Christmas.
Yeah.
It was like, it's this PlayStation Hits. It probably was like $10 on Black Friday or something.
Yeah.
And it was sitting on my shelf since that Christmas, like sealed for like a year. And then finally,
it's the best $10 you'll ever spend.
Linda kept talking about it, and finally, I was like, "All right, I'll play the god."
Fine.
Exactly.
And that was it. I'm like, "This is great." And like I said, I haven't felt like that since Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
That I was playing a great story and just immersed and attached. I got like emotional at points.
Oh
my god, yeah.
It draws you in, like the story.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm feeling bad. We're ruining this game for everyone. Cronin and Can, put your earmuffs on for a second, and I will give you thumbs up when we're done. Because he's playing Abby's part. But
okay.
Do you know what okay.
We haven't told a whole lot of stories.
Here's when I knew I was rooting for the bad guy. If you consider earmuffs. If you consider her a bad guy, then when I was like, "Oh, you fucking take that sniper down," and then when I found out it was the brother, I was like, "Oh no! I can't believe I just rooted against him.
Yeah.
I rooted against him."
That would be a great DLC.
That would be a great
his
DLC.
Point of view.
Oh yeah,
because he's hunting her at the time.
I should have told Juliet, India Mobile to put her earmuffs on too.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, guys. It's almost been out a year, so I thought we were.
I know.
But you know what? There's been games I haven't played from 20 years ago.
Yeah, if you
so-
haven't seen spoilers by now,
know.
you don't even
Oh,
turn on
by
your
the way,
computer.
Bruce Willis was a ghost.
What?
That's it. I'm done.
Bullshit.
That's
Thank you
always
guys
the
for tuning in.
trademark
No, I'm just
spoiler thing, you know?
Yep.
That movie.
That's probably a spoiler for Alex because he's 13. I'm also loud like a McDonald's. Shush. That's my maiden name. I think we were talking about that because you said in the thumbnail, you're like, I didn't think I could get paler, but I did. and you're in good company because.
Yeah.
You don't get sun up here in Canada.
No, there's no sun.
I hate
That's a lie. I love it. I just want to be somewhere warm all the time.
No.
All
This
the
turns
time.
into a candle there and
Yeah.
and the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw
I'm like a
Modan
vampire.
said earlier he liked your
too.
haircut.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Nintendo, you missed it earlier. We were talking about the D.
Yes, we were talking about the D. No, Luke, I am your father.
What?
That never
what?
happened.
No, I don't think he says that.
No, our friend Dennis says it never happened. That's a Mandela effect.
Yeah.
And
How does he say it? It's not those words.
Luke, I am your father. I don't know what he says. I can't even.
It's no.
No. Oh, here you go.
No, Luke, I am your father. Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
I mean, no, I am your father. He never says Luke. Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
Yeah. The Mandela effect's like.
Don't go down that rabbit hole. It'll ruin your day.
Have you been down the Mandela effect rabbit hole?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've had those moments. Yeah.
There's a couple of them there. You're just like, what the?
Yeah.
Turn off the computer and walk away.
yeah.
Yep.
I had to go dig out books. I had to go dig out Bernstein Bear books. Like that's not a. It's Bernstein Bears.
Oh,
It's not Berenstein Bears.
Yeah.
Pissed me
Bernstein.
off. I was like, no, I'm
She's
sure.
I read that book 100 times, and I know blah 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 blah. And she went down in the storage and started digging them out. It's like, what
I was so
the fuck?
Yeah. My oldest has been getting hooked on a lot of like our movies growing up. We've been showing her like Back to the Future,
The
Never Ending
classics.
Story,
Yeah.
all those kind of movies. And I've come across it where I was like, they said it that way? I thought they said it, and I've had those moments, be watching some of those movies going,
Yeah.
oh, wait, that's not what they said or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Corona in the can. I make up my own things. I do what I want. In my defense, I started playing Last of Us 2 when it came out, and when you play as Abby, I got pissed and stopped playing and just started. Yes, because I looked at Scott. No joke. I was like, we have to play with her. I hope it's not a whole entire half of the story because I'm out. But I wasn't the one playing it because he played, and then I watched up to where he played, and then I would play to catch up
When I was at work.
yeah, because we experienced the first one together, so I didn't want to break that, so I wanted to do that again. But yeah, I was like, no, I'm not, this is not happening, but I love it. I don't know what this means. He got 100% discount.
Must be something in the chat we missed.
I love you, Alex. I was super late to the PS3, but I will play them. You definitely should.
We were super late to the PS3
were.
because I had a 360, and I don't think I got a PS3 until I had an Xbox One.
Yeah.
And the only reason I got it is because Dennis told me I had to play Last of Us, and I'm like, well, fuck,
Yeah.
I'll see if I can pick up a PS3 cheap. I picked up a broken one and fixed it, and then got the digital game. That doesn't happen often. And then we played through it that way.
Yeah, that's how we played it.
Yeah.
Mitch said he has The Last of 2, but haven't played it yet. It's another Halo 2. Is it another Halo 2?
I haven't played Halo 2
Yeah,
yet.
we haven't played Halo 2. So we're really far behind.
Yeah.
We're a little bit behind. And
Don't ruin it for me because we want to play Halo 2.
no, I think you should damn well ruin it for us because we ruined The Last of Us 2 for everyone.
Doesn't matter.
I've played Halo 2, but I don't remember it very well. I played it like when it first came out.
Yeah.
And now I like
So I got her to play
bad
with
brain is setting
me
in.
there last year. Was it last year? Or the
Yeah,
year
last
before?
year.
Played Halo through the first one. We played through it.
It was awesome. It was awesome. Do we have any more games?
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, he probably means the ending leaves you hanging on Halo 2. Okay, gotcha.
Here, let's talk about. Everybody talks about that game. Talk about these. A couple of these.
How many games we got left? Do I need a refill?
I don't need to talk about all. I got a ton left. I'm just cherry picking what I want to talk about.
Okay.
Because I couldn't decide. So it's like I was going to wait for the moment kind of thing. And I want to talk about things that maybe people haven't talked about.
That's awesome.
I don't know if anyone's talked about this one, but this is one of my absolute favorite Genesis games, and that's Quackshot.
Oh, yeah?
No, nobody has talked about that.
No, I don't think anybody's had it.
Is awesome.
Yeah,
this game
I played
is
it.
so fun. The graphics are great, and the gameplay is really fun. It's a great platformer. I highly recommend giving this one a shot.
Is that on the
so
mini?
fun.
I can't remember.
No.
No.
Not unless you hack it.
Well, yeah.
But yeah,
I haven't yet.
this was supposed to be the next DuckTales. DuckTales 3.
Okay.
But then I don't know the whole story behind what happened, why they couldn't make it a DuckTales, but it ended up being this. So this is basically DuckTales 3 in a sense. So it how in DuckTales you had you pick the Amazon or you pick to go to the moon, you pick where you want to go.
Yeah.
This has a map and you fly, the plane flies to where you want to go. So you have to kind of backtrack to a couple of places to get something. You can only get so far in one spot. Yep. Then you go back to another spot, and then you get a different plunger that allows you to go up the walls. Now you can get to that spot. So there's a little bit of back and forth. It's not a very long game if you know exactly where you're going and what you're doing.
Okay.
But I highly recommend it. The plunger gun is a very unique and awesome weapon to have to use because it doesn't.
I love unique weapons.
Yeah, it doesn't exactly kill anything, but it just stuns them.
Okay.
Yeah. And kind of thing, so you can get by them.
You must have seen gameplay at least.
I haven't seen gameplay.
Well, I don't have that one in the collection, but I should try and get a hold of
it. Give it a go. It's my number one favorite Genesis game.
Cliff Racer says it rocks. Yeah. And Nintendo says Russ Lehman talked about it in his podcast.
Yes, he did. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I never know how to pronounce his last name. Lyman?
Lyman. Yeah.
Lyman. Okay.
Do I go get myself another beer?
You can if you like.
What time is it?
I have no idea. We're having fun. 11:30.
Oh, I got time for beer.
Yeah, you go.
There you go.
Corona in the Cannon said, when you decide to play Halo 2 Retro Rivals, play the Anniversary Edition on the Master Chief's Collection. It looks freaking gorgeous compared to the original.
Oh, definitely. I have that, so I'll have to, I picked that up because I wanted to play through the Halo games again.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely do that then.
Nice. Okay, we don't need Scott here to talk about games. You have another one?
Yeah, another Genesis game that's one of my favorites is a arcade port. I didn't realize until fairly recently that there was an NES version of this, which I ended up picking up.
Oh, nice.
And I planned on doing a video where I was going to compare the NES, the Genesis, and then the arcade, the original arcade port and how they compare. And I can tell you that obviously the Genesis one is the most closest to the arcade, and that's the shooter Twin Cobra.
Oh, Twin Cobra. Nice.
Me and my friend, the one I mentioned before with MS, I remember one day we spent all day trying to beat this, and we kept passing the controller back and forth. He died, and then he'd take over, and vice versa, and we finally beat this damn game. It took so much.
Awesome.
And I have not beaten it since.
No?
No.
Do you have aspirations to try?
Oh yeah. Yep. So this is another one I'm gonna try to do it again. I did stream this once way back early in the channel. I didn't make it, didn't beat it, but I would love to try to beat this again on my own, because again it was me and him technically that beat it. It wasn't just me or just him. He'd beat one level, I couldn't, and vice versa. So this is awesome. A great shooter though. If you haven't played this one, it's not a very pricey game. Give it a shot. It's a very faithful representation of the arcade one.
Dan Bunch of Numbers saying Twin Cobra play NES version all the time.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And that was one I was having a hard time finding, that cart for the NES. And then I finally found at a game that's a store near me. I say near me, it's like 40 something minutes away.
That's near-ish.
Everything here is 45 minutes away, as I always say. And they had it actually CIB.
Oh, wow.
So I
That's
picked it up.
awesome.
It's not a pricey game. So to
Yeah.
find it and to actually find it like complete in box when I finally do, for only $20 was great. So yeah, I planned on doing like a comparison video at some point.
That would be very cool.
The Genesis, the NES, and obviously the arcade that it came from.
What do you think? Which one do you feel plays better?
This is the one I grew up with, and this
So
is actually my childhood copy right here. So this is the one I like this one more, and it represents the arcade version more than than the NES one does, obviously, because graphically. So yeah, I would recommend the Twin Cobra Genesis version.
On the Genesis.
I have the NES copy, but I don't think I've ever tried it on Genesis.
Never tried it on the Genesis?
It's so much better on the Genesis.
Yeah, I bet, because the NES one is really basic.
When I told you what time it was, then we got into a time argument. Said it.
Beer
no,
o'clock.
it's 7 o'clock, and then people said it was beer o'clock, and no, it's 9:30 or 7:30, 9:30. But do you know what always is funny to me?
3:30 a.m. here.
3:30 a.m. here. You are a trooper.
Oh my God, you're a trooper.
We are a night shift worker.
We are going to do a UK get to know gamer, because it's not fair that you guys should have to stay up that late to watch us. So we want to do some during the day so we can have some of our UK
We're booked up till July now.
Till July,
so, okay, from July on, we're gonna do some UK.
Yeah, we'll start to do some UK stuff so that we can get other people on. It would be awesome, and that gives people an opportunity to.
I can drink in the morning just as much as I can at night.
It's 12 o'clock somewhere.
I'll just be in bed early. That's all.
It's 12 o'clock somewhere, or 9:30, or 7:30, or 3:30. It's it's in Newfoundland. It's on the hour now. It's not on the half hour, because they're a half. Well, because right now, if it's 11:30 here, it's 11 in Newfoundland.
Right.
Every other time zone goes on an hour, but Newfoundland does their own thing because they're Newfoundland.
And we love the Newfies.
And we love them. We love the Newfies. If there's anybody in here that's a Newfoundlander, we love you. I love my potty mouth. That's my favorite thing. Is a good potty mouth. That sounds bad. Retro Rivals brings all the gamers to the yard, regardless of the time zone. Damn right. And day drinking get to know gamers. Yes, we can do that.
We'll start with a coffee and end with a beer.
And shout out to Newfoundland. Are you from Newfoundland? We love Newfies. They're awesome. We're from Miramichi. We're called the Newfies of New Brunswick. What did you say?
Have Irish coffees.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. That's what we could do. They're like, this is just coffee.
I'm Irish. It's just coffee for me.
Yeah. We just call this coffee here. We didn't know the difference. Gamer time, GMT, gamer time. I think so. That makes sense. I do one, but my style is behind the cam. If you think you can make it work, feel free to drop us. Yeah, why not? You could just throw up a game like that. That's it. That works for me. Or you can have like a stunt double.
Get a hot chick.
Get a hot chick. You know what, Loco? It's funny you say that, because that's who we were thinking of, because I've been talking with Retro Ghetto. We haven't nailed down. I think that's on my end. I think I slipped up. But I'm supposed to give him a date and see if we can make it work. But I would like to do that. Like,
you'd like to do him?
I'd like to do.
What the hell?
You're mixing.
What the hell?
I'd like to do that later on, not in the year, but like later in the summer, because I would love if he could be in his new game room, because I know he's working on that. So I don't know. Maybe
judging you now.
You shush. Anyways, that's what I meant.
I think you found him for a channel highlight, didn't you?
No, I saw it on Gaming Off the Grid.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Come on, you.
Somebody say something. Modan Design says, if I can get to know gamer, anybody can. No, that's not. Anybody can come on. We don't care.
We have anybody. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't.
Like, it doesn't take. Any idiot can come on and drink and talk about games. I prove it every time.
Every time. Retro Rebels turns into Retro Swingers. Cliff Racer says, drama. I just want kind of a snap like that. And Daniel Murray says something. Thank you for saying something.
There you go.
I did ask for that. Oh Lord. Yes, Peter was on Get to Know Gamer and it was awesome. That was awesome. All of these ones we do are awesome. We get to meet these new people. Like, we get to see you guys do your thing on your own channel, but it's so much different when we get to talk to you like in person.
Yeah, I always say this to her. Is that you Get to Know Gamer is great because most of the time you don't really get to know people until they're actually having a few drinks and loosening up and then talking about something casually, and then you get to see the personality come out and you're just having fun and a
drunken idiot, you say?
Yeah.
Do you have the chops to be a drunken idiot?
I got
those. Can be on Get to Know Gamer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. Scott's Loco Maverick said, Scott, you're too hard on yourself, dude, even though you were joking and just want to know that you are awesome.
Oh, thank you.
He is awesome. I will verify. Super, super awesome. Okay, we're just talking about Scott.
I don't know if you can read sarcasm on the text or you need an emoji for that. Is there a sarcasm emoji?
I don't think there is. No. Have you played ActRaiser on SNES? Do you know what? I haven't.
I have not.
I was always a Sega Genesis guy, so I don't really have a lot of experience on the SNES style.
Yeah. I hated it because I didn't hate the game. I'm so sad about this because is it Old Ass Retro Gamer? Is that his name?
Mm-hmm. Crispy.
Yes, he's on the Cartridge Club, and he wanted us to come on and talk about it. And I couldn't spill the beans yet on what we were doing this month because I knew we would be busy trying to win this competition. And I was like, I haven't even played it. We don't even have the game, and I hate saying no to anybody for anything because if you ask me to be on your channel or ask me to be part of something, I totally want to do it because I think we should all say yes. We should all participate and be there for.
We'll give you a rain check.
Yeah, so I was like, I felt like legit horrible that we couldn't, but I'm like, I don't know how I fit that in to this already enormous schedule we've set ourselves up for.
I blame Pac-Man.
I kind of blame Pac-Man too, even though it was my idea.
He's not here anymore, so we can.
Oh, I can shit all over him.
Yeah, we're gonna blame Pac-Man. Grinaldino says, I can do your time. He's proved it. Yes, you totally did prove it. Rod Hester, I almost put you on timeout by mistake. What is the most you've ever paid for a game, and what is the most you have ever sold a game for? Ooh.
We don't sell games very often, so that's not even our
biggest purchase was definitely the sealed Nintendo game.
Sealed Zelda 2 game for $500.
Yeah.
Me?
That was the most. But we didn't spend $500 cash on it. We basically spent nothing on it because we moved some stuff around.
Probably one of the recent pickups I did, and I haven't done a pickups since like last fall.
Us too.
I got kind of like bored of doing them.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's like
I think they're overdone, to be quite honest.
I love watching pickups.
Yeah.
But I just got myself bored of filming them. And then it got to the point where like I couldn't get around to doing it and things just kept piling because I had to keep them aside. So I remember what I got. It. And then it was like, this room is getting ridiculous. I got to put everything away. And I just put stuff away. And it's like, I even got a small pile now that I have to put away of recent gets. So,
yeah.
But I was going to do a special series this year, and I'm not going to do it because you guys kind of inspired me not to do it.
On what?
We fuck it up?
Yeah. It's all your fault. I was going to do something called... I was going to do something called the NES Quest. Okay. I made a list of NES games, pricey. Half the list was pricey games that I was gonna get this year because I felt like I was neglecting my NES like collection this last year or so.
Yeah.
But that, and then I started that and I got a handful of games, and then I was gonna like do an episode on each game, kind of the thing, and how I got it and what I did. But my rules was if the game was $50 or more, I'd have to acquire 50% of the cost by selling something to cover it.
Yeah.
So that was my rule, and I did that. And the last thing I got was, and I'm just gonna say it because I'm not gonna do the series because I'm gonna go down probably the EverDrive route.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll still be buying NES games that I want, but it's like I picked these ones because I knew I wanted them because I was gonna play them and I loved them.
Yeah.
But like I don't want to spend like $100 on a game that's like this sucks just to have it in my collection.
It's rare,
like pointless and dumb. So I'd say the most expensive game I bought recently was Bucky O'Hare on the NES.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
And I was able to pay probably 70% of it by selling stuff. And it
doesn't make it hurt as bad when you can get rid of stuff. You're like,
it was stuff I'd never even used or cared about. I had no attachment to or anything. And I sold them actually to somebody in the community who actually loves what I sold.
Oh,
like
that's perfect.
It's his favorite thing.
Awesome.
So it helped improve his like collection. He got a good deal. And I was able to get something in my collection that I wanted. So,
well, that's just it. That's perfect.
Yeah,
that's a win-win.
That's a win-win.
Yeah. That would have been a good episode. You should have did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, we fucked it up.
You took the wind out of my sails. You did that episode. And I'm like, you know what? They make a lot of sense. They make a lot of sense. Yeah.
We made a lot of sense.
Yeah. I've never. Nobody ever told me.
Can we get that in writing? Will you sign
sure
it?
Can.
We don't need to have proof. It's recorded.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. But does video evidence does that hold up in court? Like, how does that?
I would hope so.
How does that work?
Yeah.
Because sometimes they can debunk that. They're like, no, you spliced that video together and it didn't really happen. Level 857 said beer and games. Jenna and Scott, let's go. Level 857 is coming on too. Spoiler alert. Yeah, that's going to be hilarious and awesome. I don't know. I got it on the calendar. It might be next week. I'm not sure.
Not next week. We're every second week.
Oh, you know what I mean. I bought and opened a sealed Lords of Thunder for Turbo CD. Wow. $330.
Well, you don't give a fuck, do you?
I don't give a fuck.
I have Lords of Thunder on the Sega CD loose. I've had it for years. I got it probably in 2000 when I bought a Sega CD off of eBay system, and it came with games. And one of the games was Lords of Thunder loose.
Nice.
Holy smokes.
I think I probably paid $50 for the Sega CD and games system.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm still looking for a Sega CD. I've been collecting pretty seriously for a few.
Do you want a broken one?
Yeah, no.
I literally have 3 broken Sega CD systems.
Man.
Can you fix them?
Are they fixable?
They might be. I gotta see what's wrong with them. I just know they don't work. And I actually have the box for 2.
Oh yeah. I do fix consoles there, but it depends because I rely on YouTube to really show me how to fix them.
Yeah.
So
I'll take a look into them because I haven't, and they've literally been in storage for years. I just know they don't work.
I haven't even seen one.
No, we haven't seen them here.
I haven't even seen one. Wow. You know what? Sega Saturn. I wanted to get one of those, and the only time I seen one was in friggin' February. No buy February.
Yep.
Go figure. And I haven't seen one since, and haven't seen one in a year and a half.
Oh, I know.
And
my Saturn is acting up, so
yeah,
it will play a game for about 10 minutes, then boot you out to there's no CD in the drive. I'm like, what the hell? So it either the laser needs adjusting, but another YouTuber who does a lot of modding and stuff, I met him in person finally back with Russ Lyman and Nintendo. We went to Aldo events.
Oh, Nintendo.
Yeah.
Joe said, if I take my pants off, can't believe I'm still wearing them. Will you still do the episode?
Yes, you said you were going to be pantsless for this. So.
Oh, that's who said it, because I said to Scott, I'm like, somebody said they were coming to the stream nude. I don't know what that means. But I think I would have said it. I think you shared it, and it wouldn't have been under Nintendo. It would have been under his name, and I didn't know his name at the time, and I was like, I don't know.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on here. But it was hilarious all the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Nintendo and I live like 30 minutes away from each other. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Andy's saying, I'm going for a complete NES collection, but taking the top 5 pricey games off the list. Agreed.
Hey.
Because who can afford Little
That's
Samson?
awesome, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I considered it for a hot minute about trying to go for an NES collection.
Yeah, like way back. He made me print off a list.
Yeah.
So.
I really got more
tough.
into the Xbox stuff, which was way more affordable. and I'm not going to get a complete collection on that. I'm not going to complete any of my collections.
No.
I want to get
it's great to aspire to,
the
but
exclusive games and some of the heavy hitter, the pricey games.
Yeah.
That's it.
And the pricey games are more that we know they'll probably continue to go up in value. And when we hand them down to Alex, it'll be a nice little, cushion for him in case anything ever happens where he has to sell the games. What do I care? I'm dead.
Oh, my kids aren't getting anything. Am I wrong? No. My collection's going in the yard when I die, and gas and light. Boom. That's it. End the story.
His last wish.
This is my collection.
Nintendo, if he goes before you do, make it to his yard before they put the casket in the ground. Okay?
Yeah.
That's right.
You're 30 minutes away. You probably got the best shot at it. Just saying. Level 857 says, I think we will all be bombed when they come on the show. There's going to be a drinking component then. I see. Get the wheel spinning. There's going to be a drinking component. Let me know what it is. Juliet. Can I say JJIM? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. 8-bit, you can always hit me up and I can help you getting them repaired.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I've got 4, only 1 working. I have 2 of the Model 1 and 2 of the Model 1s and 2 of the Model 2s. I have 1 Model 2 that's working.
Oh, okay.
Let's get something.
As of now.
Yeah.
Corona in a Can says, does it bother anyone else when people get sealed games graded and you can never open that game to enjoy it?
Depends on the game.
I would say yes. That the only reason we got the Legend of Zelda 2 was because we already had it and it was a Canadian variant. And I'm still not sure we're getting it graded because it's like sending your kid on an airplane somewhere foreign.
Yeah, it
and
depends
like,
on how the process
make
goes.
it?
I don't know.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
Because I'm sure we have to mail it somewhere because it's not going to be around here.
Definitely.
Yeah, it does kind of hurt when I see those games all sealed up like that and stuff.
Yeah.
It kind of like the gamer in me is kind of like hurt about it, but I would, if I could get my hands on a sealed like grade, I don't know what they are, 9 or if they go up to 10 or what, but sealed Contra.
Oh yeah,
that would be
your
awesome.
favorite game, right?
Yeah.
And you already have it loose, so really it doesn't matter. Waves and Game says, well, kids, I finished grilling and now we need to eat. Thanks for the company. Catch us all later.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Enjoy your supper. What else do we have? Oh, Retro Rick's in the room. He said, and Retro Rick, I'm telling you, I have the same problem. I accidentally cuss every time I say it. Try to say 8-bit. 8-bit.
I wanted her to do the introductions at the first of the video.
I was like,
she refused.
No, I wasn't even going to try it because when we filmed, was on YouTuber of the Month when we had to name our 5 nominees. We were talking about this earlier.
6 takes.
It took several takes, and I think we even might have saved yours till the last or something because I was like, I can't say his fucking name. It's not going to happen. I don't know what we have to do here, but I don't know. I need to go back and watch it to see if it was that strained because it felt strange.
If you have the raw footage, it was awesome.
Yeah.
If you have the raw
I
footage,
may
if you have
have
the
it.
raw footage, just send it to him.
I
I
save-
laughed my ass off.
I save almost all our raw footage, so
Nice.
it's getting to the point where I may have to get another hard drive, and I have a big, like, it's crazy.
I got a big hard drive too, baby.
I wasn't saying that. I was like, foot in your mouth again. It wasn't happening. So I was like, So yeah, I'm gonna try to find it. The infamous 8-bitch. 8-bit shit.
8-bit.
7-bit. That's not the
a new
problem
take.
I have.
No,
It's
Jen just said it.
8-bitch. Yeah.
8-bitch.
All the time. All the time. Okay. Do we have another game?
Yes, and I'm going to do something a little bit different. It's supposed to be games that made me a gamer, I guess, or something like that. But I'm going to cover for my wife right here because if you looked at our PlayStation 1 collection, I would say roughly 65% of it is hers.
Nice.
Because she's big into RPGs, and if anything was big on JRPGs, was the PlayStation 1 for sure.
Yeah.
So, and she would buy them day one. So we got a ton of like expensive RPGs that we've had in the collection forever.
Yeah, stuff I can never even get now. Crazy.
No.
Yeah. And she would play them all the time, and I'd be like, okay, she's playing her game. I'm going to do something else because I can't get into RPGs. It's that whole like they take hours.
Yes.
And stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
But there was one she played, and I was just glued the whole time. And she played. It was part 1 and 2, and I was just loved the story and I loved the game. And in fact, someday I would just like to sit down and play them myself. And that's the Lunar series.
Oh yeah.
When she played these, I loved the anime, like cartoon cutscenes.
I like anime stuff.
The story of it.
Yeah.
I just loved every time like you attack with the characters, they all got their own like little sayings and stuff. Yeah. And so funny because like one would say, "Thank God for miracles." So the whole time she was playing, we'd go around like out and about, and we'd be like, "Thank God for miracles." And, like,
that's awesome.
She loved it so bad. She didn't realize at first when she saw these and got them until she looked it up that these were remakes from Sega CD games.
Oh, okay.
So immediately she's like, I gotta have those and play them. So go back to 2000 when I bought this Sega CD and got the Lords of Thunder and stuff. We had to get a Sega CD first, and then she eBayed and got these in 2000.
Nice.
And she's got them both. And
those are minty.
Those are minty.
I want to say she didn't pay more than like, I don't know, $70 for the two together.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Off eBay.
Yeah.
So,
I can imagine
sell your firstborn now.
Much more than that.
Exactly. And she bought these. She bought these like day one and pre-ordered them. And she's got I forget which one it was. Was it this one? It came when you pre-ordered. You got a hardcover strategy guide and a punching puppet.
That's so cool.
I know what you're talking about.
Nun puppet. Yeah. It's like that, but it was the bad guy Galen. I can't remember how you say his name, but it was him, and we have that sealed still. That's up in storage.
That's awesome. I love that you mentioned that of your wife's too. That's awesome.
Yeah, she loves it, and she would hate it if I didn't mention it because she's like, "You sat and watched both those games from beginning to end, so you better talk."
That's true. That's true.
But speaking of her, what we did love playing together was the Baldur's Gate series.
Oh yeah,
we played a little bit of number 2.
These are fantastic, and they're coming out with a new Dark Alliance game this June.
Oh really?
Yeah, Xbox, PS4, PS5, and but I'm not sure if it's co-op like these were. And it's
they gotta be co-op.
We have a cover of that you've never seen before.
What?
The Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. Is it that one or the first one?
The cover that you reprinted? That
Yeah.
may be a PAL cover. I'm not sure.
It might be a PAL cover, but
It's all
it's just
ass.
like
It's awesome.
all ass. Because if it's gonna stay in our collection and we don't, if we never had a,
Well, I bought it and it didn't have a proper art in front. It was somebody had printed it and it was garbage.
yeah. So we reprinted one with photo paper and made it look better. But yeah, I got a copy Scott liked a lot more, so I was like, whatever, we'll print that one.
But yeah, this first one, I remember I bought this. It was so funny at Christmas times because we were big gamers. We'd like, there would be games like these where like, did you buy it for me? Oh, did you buy it for me? You know, and we'd have to talk, so we wouldn't buy games like for the same thing. But
well, that's difficult if you're both gamers to not buy the same game.
Yeah.
I don't tend to get games like he won't buy me games, but I'll buy him games, which is good because it would be a whole thing. But I'll usually make him have a cutoff date where like, hey, no more eBay.
Yeah.
You can't buy any of that stuff. If it's on your hit list, don't buy it. I may buy it. So that's what we did for his birthday. I was like, nuh-uh.
So the no buy February helped.
No buy February also turned in, you can't buy a lot of shit January because I had to buy all his Christmas gifts in January.
No, birthday gifts.
Birthday gifts in January because we couldn't buy in February and his birthday's in March. So he really couldn't buy for 2 months. Most, like anything he might have wanted, I'm like, nope, you're not allowed to buy it. I may buy it.
I get that cutoff thing too from her.
Yeah, you have to. You have to, or else you're ruining Christmas.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Because I've done that. I've bought something. I'll be like, I'll come home and be like, "Hey, hon, look what I just picked up," and she'll go,
"What?"
Yeah, and she'll go
over to like the drawer, open it, and pull it out. And
now we have 2. Yeah.
So I gotta end up returning it and stuff.
Oh yeah, he's done that to me. You ruin Christmas, exactly. Thrown in a can is saying it. Oh, I made it go away. It's not the size of the hard drive; it's how you use it.
Okay.
Yes.
Mo Dan said, "How'd I get another subscriber while goofing off on here drunk?" That people love drunk people.
Yeah.
Because you were dunked.
Yeah, you were dunked.
You were dunked the first time.
Just don't post the videos from your X drive and you'll be fine. Lunar is awesome. Cliff Racer is saying.
Yes.
I have never played one, and I can never get one now. They're priced so friggin' crazy.
Dan Bunch of Numbers wants to know, hold up, is Lunar Konami?
No, it's Working Designs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Working Designs.
Nice.
Yeah, if we didn't buy these in 2000 for what we got them for,
you wouldn't be getting them now.
Have them today.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Modan said you should get the whole Working Designs collection, but I would.
You don't have them already.
I bet that would get expensive.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nintendo. Not gaming related, but I love the Maiden T-shirt. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We ended,
that's like the third time.
We ended up picking these up because we were supposed to see them, but we ended up having to miss the concert.
Yeah.
But we got the cool shirts and we went to Quebec anyways, and we had a fun time. But yeah, it was a. Now, if we could only see Metallica, what did you say?
Have you seen Maiden though?
No, that's one of my bucket list bands I want to see, man.
You gotta.
But they don't come to New Brunswick because we're too small. So we have to travel 10 hours or whatever to go see them.
Yeah.
If they come to Montreal.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll come again in, 2025 when Corona's over and we can see concerts again.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things I miss the most is being able to go to concerts. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, Nick Hudgens is saying that he's rocking his GNR 85 t-shirt.
Nice.
That is awesome. And Maiden's a good time. That's awesome. Do we have any more games?
Have we dried up the pool yet?
No, but we've been here till tomorrow, so we might need to cut it off at some point.
All right.
Let's do 2 more, maybe.
2 more?
Let me think. Let me think of what's a good. I want something that has a good.
The big finale.
Yeah.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you to Mosaic. You inspired me to do more in-depth game reviews. They're a lot of work, but the end result
Could you tell?
is so
Could
worth
you
it.
tell Jen to do a review
Of
on Little Nightmares 2?
Yes,
Because
I know.
I'm sure we have video proof of her saying she was going to do it
We
on a
do.
live stream.
We do.
Still hasn't done it.
Nintendo saying his last concert was Weird Al. But
Hey, I would like
Nice.
that. Weird
we
Al's
would like
good,
that.
man.
Yeah. Corona in a Can wants to know, what game are you playing currently?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm working my way. I would have it probably beaten by now, but like I said before, the big TV where the Xbox is always busy.
Busy.
I gotta like unhook it and bring it in here, I guess, or something. But I've been sludging through Cyber Shadow, but I haven't been able to get back to it in a while. Which is I got that on Game Pass. I think it's kind of come out physical from Limited Run. I think.
Oh, nice.
Rumble. I think I've heard that rumor, but
probably.
I have Game Pass, so I just got it on there. But that's like that Ninja Gaiden, like kind of throwback.
I think
one.
I
Kinda
watched
like
Retro Wolf on a live stream play it. I think.
Yeah, it's so fun. So as far as modern-y, I guess that. But I've been playing a lot of Famicom lately.
Oh,
and
nice.
Stuff, so like Getsu Fenduma, I've been playing. I just got that recently from that store I was talking about earlier. That,
cool.
Nice.
I've been trying to beat, because I never beat it, but Kid Dracula game on the Famicom.
We have the Game Boy version.
Yeah.
Got it for a super good price too.
Yeah.
Not part of our haul for this month because it was last month, but I'm holding on to it. I'm going to sell it because it's not something I want to keep, but I'm holding on to it for now. I have no idea why. I don't know. I just haven't. So many. I don't know.
Waiting for that big game to come that we very rarely see, and it's a nice trade.
It might be a nice trader.
Yeah.
So yeah, that might be it.
That's pretty much what I've been playing lately.
I've been absolutely cursing Zelda 2 on the NES. and that game is not fun. It's just hard. I only got, I think, 2 dungeons left to go there, but I want to play, now that I can get my TV back tomorrow, hopefully, I want to play Azura's Wrath.
Yeah, I'll let you have the TV back. I'm going to play more retro games anyways. I promised myself I would.
Yeah.
Before you get to the next 2 games, I love this question. What is your guys' favorite concert you've been to?
AC/DC.
I knew it was going to be that, and that's my saint.
That's a bucket list band I would like to see.
Oh man, they're so good live. Oh my god.
When we saw AC/DC, it was 2009. There was probably
an outdoor concert.
Outdoor concert had to be. Oh my god, I don't even know how many people.
They don't know how many people officially, because people got tired of waiting and then cut the fence down and they piled in.
Yes, it was crazy. Tens of thousands.
I would estimate probably close to 90,000.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Wow. Yeah.
So we were up near the front because I was well lubricated in Alpine. And
that's a beer.
Yeah. We jumped the fence we were already in. We paid for tickets, but there was
there's a weird spot there
in the middle for the security guards
10
to
or 12
walk.
Feet of fence, and then the security
kind of crowd control.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Security crowd control.
She decided she was jumping and running, and
I want to get closer.
Great. Oh yeah, I got to follow her. She can jump over and not worry about that's a 115-pound blonde. It's not going to get tackled by a bouncer. I jump over and I'm going to fucking die. I'm going to die. There's going to be 6 of them that are going to kick my ass here.
But when we got to the front and you looked behind you and you saw all the devil horns lit up.
Because they had these weird, little LED things that were selling at the stands.
It was probably one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, you get 90,000 people or so there singing to AC/DC. It's amazing.
Awesome. There was nothing like it, and they did a phenomenal job. The concert was top notch. Oh, yeah. It was
so good. They came back again.
They came back again and played
little
the hill.
province.
Yeah. So
that's
it was
amazing.
It was an amazing concert. So that's ours. I knew he would say that. It's mine too. Do you have a favorite?
Let's see. Well, I can think of two that they weren't like spectacular things like that. They're actually small shows.
Yeah.
But it was just the atmosphere and the fun of it. One was Andrew WK. I don't know if you know him or not.
No.
The Party Hard guy. So let me tell you, when you go to one of his shows, he sings a lot about partying, like songs about partying, like Party Hard, It's Time to Party, stuff like that. And when you go to his show, it's a freaking party. It's like you're at a party. And when he plays the signature song, Party Hard, at the end, like literally everybody in the audience gets on stage. And they're playing like this with people all around them, and they're playing the song, and everybody's just jumping and having a great time. It was just the most fun. It was like being at a private party. It was just
that is amazing. Awesome.
He is so fun and he's so entertaining. So that's one of my most funnest concerts, I'd say. One of my favorite concerts is, I mentioned the band Stuck Mojo earlier when we were talking about stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen them a few times at like big shows and things like that. And then we were out one day game hunting. This is back in like 2002, 3 or something like that. And there's this flyer thing you get for free, like at locations called the Advocate, Valley Advocate. And it lists like shows and clubs and things that are going on through the week or a month. And I'm flipping through it, and I find the club that we like to go to, they're going to be there the next day at a drop of a hat. Unannounced show, they're going to be there. And it's because they played a show that we didn't get tickets for in a big town called Worcester.
Yeah.
And we didn't get to go. It was that day where we found the flyer thing. We're like, because we couldn't get tickets and stuff. We're like, well, bummed out about it. And we found out they're going to be playing the next day at this small club near us. So we went, and me and my wife, we weren't married then, but we went and we were waiting. We're the first ones waiting by the door to get in because we're like, we're not missing this. And we're sitting there waiting. And the guitar player, who's one of my favorite guitar players, Rich Ward, he comes out holding his Les Paul out the front door. And I'm like,
oh my God.
Stops. And he goes, hey guys, thanks for coming. And he comes over and he's like talking to us. And then like he goes, I gotta fix the guitars now, operating right. So he went into his like RV thing and stuff. And I'm just like, oh my God, that's so cool. Well, there was a big show by the local station WAAF out here.
Yeah.
It's no longer a rock station anymore. It's one of the saddest things around here in our area. It's been like a rock station since before I was like born. And now it's no longer a rock station. They always help
a country station.
I don't remember. I don't know what they changed it to be honest. I didn't even pay attention. I was just upset that it's no longer.
It was no longer a rock station.
Yeah, but they always put on these like big shows and get these big name bands to play them. And they asked, the reason they were playing this show is they asked the radio, "Can we play this show?" And the radio told them to fuck off. So they said, well, we're going to put on a show. And they called this club and said, yeah, we got an opening. So they went and played at this club. Well, because that big concert was going on, nobody came to this show. There's literally 7 of us at the club.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So it was like a private concert with them.
Concert.
They are so awesome that they don't care if there's 7 people or 7,000 people. They play the same. Like it's the same. And and it was so great because afterwards they just hung out and talked to us. He let me hold his guitar and play it like at the end of the show and stuff like that.
Oh, that's so cool.
And we got all these pictures. We stayed so long talking that the club owner had to throw us out. He says, you guys got to get out. So they said, okay, go wait for us outside. Go wait for us outside. We'll be right back. They went to their RV, then they came back and hung out for like another hour outside talking with us.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that was the best, I think.
That and yeah, some of that, like that would be the best. There's nothing better than that. I don't know if I said hi to Megamat21 and Nick Hudgens. I want to say hi as well to Bachelor's Fridge.
Bachelor's Fridge.
Yeah, they're in the house.
I like Modane's comment there. That's for sure.
and that's I wasn't laughing at your story. I was laughing at that because I saw those 2 comments back to back. Something you survive, and then Nintendo said he went in 97 and was covered in blood. I'm like, that's a hell of a concert.
Yep.
And it is, at that point, yeah, it is something you survive. Oh, man. That's our son. He said rock's good. Yeah, he's a big rock fan, but he also likes this weird ass shit. I can't understand because I'm his parent, so he has to listen to weird ass shit. I think that's what all parents think of what their kids listen to.
Yeah,
that's
weird
how you know
ass
you're old.
shit. Oh, Christian station. If you're talking about 107.3,
Yes.
they turned into a Christian station.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Agreed.
It's like we went from this hard rock station to like the complete opposite spectrum.
Yeah.
It's like
the devil's music.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Man alive. All right, let's
hit those two
hit
games.
the two games.
Okay. So this game here was I picked this up at a Blockbuster when they were selling off their Genesis games. And
you mean you just didn't rent it and take it home and never bring it back? Because I think that's what everybody else
that
did.
happened quite a bit.
Yeah. No, this is when they're like, okay, we're dumping Genesis because it's old. You know, they're getting rid of their stock or Genesis. So I picked this up because I didn't know it existed until I saw it there, and I bought it, and it was like one of my favorite arcade games. I didn't realize they made a port of it, and that was The Punisher because it was my favorite
nice
hero.
I picked up a loose
if
copy
you want to
of
call
that.
him a hero.
Yeah.
So I was like shocked when I saw that and bought it, and because I didn't know that it existed a port of that arcade game, and it's like one of my other favorite Genesis games because I love the arcade game.
Yeah.
The sad thing about this is because it was a rental, I was able to get like the main stickers off because they just like peeled right off.
Yeah.
But the cart is just covered in the Blockbuster.
Are we sure we couldn't get those off? Because I tell you,
Jen's a wizard at getting those stickers
Mean
off.
Green is my life. And I can get all stickers off with Mean Green. I have no idea why, but it's tricky business because especially if there's
so
green.
Nervous.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Myself, I would just leave the sticker on, but I've seen her get fingernail
like
polish.
if it was a cheap game, it'd be one thing, but to replace that would be.
Well, you know what? Alex had permanent marker and fingernail polish on his copy of Heart Gold we bought for him.
Pokemon
Heart Gold. And I got both of them off, and you would never know there was fingernail polish or permanent marker on that. It is mint now. I got both.
I've done that for some games.
Yes.
I've brought them back to life.
Yes.
So like some of my NES, I bought some pricier games that like when I went to too many games, and I got good deals on them because there's like stickers on them on the label and stuff. And I carefully did it, and I was able to get them off, and they look pristine now and great. Which is like awesome. I don't know why they didn't try. Maybe they were too nervous to try it or something. Because they could have got so much more for it. Yeah. But like this one, I've never touched because it's those Blockbuster stickers are really.
Lots of people are saying Goo Gone. We'll take them right off.
I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Goo Gone.
And Cliff Racer saying he doesn't even touch them.
Depending on the game,
with them.
I would be the same thing.
Yeah, it's kind of nostalgic too because Blockbuster doesn't exist anymore, and I miss.
Yes,
but I would buy my movies there. Like they would always.
Loco's saying the same thing. It gives them character. They're not around anymore.
Yep.
Yeah. How much do I spend on games monthly? Too much. Yeah. Too much. My wife would say too much.
Yes.
My wife would say the same thing.
No, because your wife's like, go ahead, buy it. Because I do that all the time. I know how much games cost and how much they go up. Co-op Appearance is saying, Jen, I need you to clean my collection to prove it. I'm serious. You would be shocked. You would be shocked, and not a game comes in this room until it gets thoroughly cleaned. Yep. We do not have stickers on games. Nope, we will spend hours taking stickers off games
and all that shit on our games.
Oh, I take them all off. I've gotten like there's stuff that shouldn't come off a game that I'm like, I can fix it.
Yeah.
I will fix it because
Wizard.
Yeah.
You should actually do some shows of how
I'll do a show and fuck a game up and be
how,
like, "This is the first and last show of Jen Cleans Games."
It'll be the one time where
Jen
just
can
you easily
games,
just
ruin
do
them.
this. The next thing you know, whole label comes off.
Yep.
Oh wait, that didn't work out so well.
I would immediately take that off of YouTube and like
Or you
destroy
wouldn't even
all
put it up.
evidence.
You'd be like, oh, yeah.
And then hide the game, and Scott's be like, "I swear we bought that game." I'm
Where's
like,
that game?
"I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Never happened. You're a liar. Why did
She'd
I marry
quickly be
such a
buying
liar?"
a repo label and sticking it back on.
Some bullshit.
See if
Oh,
you
yeah.
can get past you.
I totally do that. Punisher PAL copy is rare. $150 just for a loose cart. They're just as expensive.
The loose, we picked up a loose cart here for $70.
Yeah, which was like
It's not a PAL, but
like a friends and family discount kind of
Yeah.
deal, like a brown paper bag discount. I think that's what he
Mhm.
called it. Modan used to be an employee at Blockbuster back in high school.
Nice.
You should
I'm
have
sure you
taken
got
got
lots of
some
games
great
at home now.
stories about that.
Oh, Nick said he just watched the last Blockbuster on Netflix.
That was
awesome.
that was good.
Made me
Oh, I
want to
haven't
visit.
seen that yet.
I'll watch
Keep
it. It's
forgetting
cool.
about it.
It's
I
a
gotta
it's a really fun
Yeah, take it
episode.
back.
Or
Memory
episode. Why
lane.
did I say episode? It's a really fun show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a trip down memory lane. That was a simpler time.
Yeah,
yeah.
it was so weird watching it and saying, I'm remembering that a Friday night or a Saturday night, we would go and try to find a movie to watch. That
Yeah.
was your Saturday
Oh,
night.
yeah.
It was
Or a game to play, and you get
Yep.
pizza and beer, and that was your thing. But part of that was going early enough to try to get, something that was new or what
Yes.
you wanted.
Exactly.
Because
That was so
they
much
would always
fun.
rant out faster than you can get the damn things.
Exactly.
You know what's funny is I just I forgot to mention to my wife, I've been to a couple locations just recently and noticed the red boxes are disappearing.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Like
Yeah,
I'm like,
I'm noticing that
there was
too.
a red box here before. Not that we ever used it, but it's just I just know it's there, and now it's not. And it's like now even that's like
Netflix is buying
disappearing
them all up and getting rid of them.
because they're even offering like streaming, like Redbox streaming. You know,
Yes.
Do you
Yeah.
know
it's
what?
like-
If this cancel culture continues the way it does, I can see, how vinyl was gone forever. And now
Oh, yeah.
vinyl's back and kind of,
Coming back.
it's a thing now for the last
Yeah.
so many
Well,
years.
something
I kind of
vinyl
see-
actually outsold CDs here just the last year or so. Somebody
yeah.
told me that. I'm not
Yeah.
100%, but they said, vinyl actually outsold
I kind of
CDs for the
see
first time in
movie
forever.
rentals coming around again full circle. Like not to the extent they ever were. But
Mhm.
you'll have those like niche locations where you're like, oh my God, we can rent movies here.
Yeah.
And then you'll be able to rent a movie that you can't find anywhere else. You can't get on Netflix. You can't get at
Right.
a Walmart because they're kind of taboo.
I've
or whatever.
noticed, watched a movie on Netflix and I noticed they edited out a part on Netflix.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was like, what the hell? I remember this.
And
being
that's
there.
happening. That's
Yeah.
happening because of the cancel culture.
Yeah.
So,
That's what made me want to start collecting DVDs.
because you just never know. You never know where they're going.
All right.
I've heard
One
that.
last game, don't we?
Yeah, I think so. I've heard that cassette tapes and players are making a small comeback. I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised. Cassette.
And VHS,
They were
collectible now?
delicate there because those things got eaten up.
I rented out system. We rented out systems too. I remember having to go through virtual boy training.
Yeah.
Bachelor Fred said he worked at a
Yeah.
Blockbuster as well.
When I was real quick, when I was a kid, that we had a lot of those mom and pop rental places. It was like the name of the town, Video
Yep.
House,
Yep.
and stuff like that. And there was one place we'd go, and when I was renting NES games as a kid, and there was like this guy who was like the video game wizard. You'd bring a game up, you bring like Contra up, and you'd be like, "Oh, I want to rent this." And he goes, "Oh, if you hit the title screen, you do up, down, left, right, B, A, star, you'll get 30 guys." And then
Yeah.
you bring up like another game. He goes, if you do this at this level, he like knew everything about every game. It was just crazy. Or he'd like write it down for you on a piece of paper. It was crazy. It was awesome.
Did he work? Did he work for Nintendo? You know,
I don't
you
know.
must have seen that where they had the people that worked for Nintendo. You could call into the hotline and they'd tell you how to beat it.
Yeah.
Did he work there? Maybe he low-key worked there.
Maybe, I don't know, but he knew everything about every game and like a secret. I don't. He must have like just take the games home and just played them or something. You know what I mean? And mastered them. But it was like crazy because he was like a walking Nintendo power.
Well,
or maybe that was it. Maybe he just read all the Nintendo powers.
Maybe he had access to all the Nintendo powers.
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't know, but that was just a great memory. I remember as a kid, that guy at that one rental place.
That's awesome.
But it would seem to be only the NES games. None like as years went by.
He didn't have any
nothing
wizard
for the
skills.
Super Nintendos or anything like that. Just the NES.
Yep.
All right, so last game. I thought
I'd
talk about this one.
The big one.
Zombies Revenge, the Dreamcast.
Oh, cool.
Which I guess is an arcade port. I didn't realize it until maybe just a couple years ago. But this is, I bought it when it came out at $31.99. I still have the stickers.
Nice.
And because for one, it was Zombies Revenge. How would you not buy that? I mean, look at the name. It's like an arcade beat 'em up.
Oh, I'd be all over that.
With some guns. Like you get guns too. Now me and my friend at the time, I haven't spoken to him in years. He moved away to California a while back. And actually, this isn't my original win back because we would play this all the time. And when he moved to California, he really loved the game, and I gave him my copy. So I bought this because I had the PlayStation 2 version as well. So I was like, here, you take the 64 one because we played it so many times that once you have it. And I bought this one literally maybe a couple years ago to replace it. Because I had the PS2 one, I would always play that one. But we were playing this and having a hell of a time trying to beat it. And then for the weirdest reason, I made a suggestion about going into the controls and changing a couple of the buttons from the shoot and the punch to be backwards.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah.
We did that, played the game, and beat it.
Oh my God.
It was the weirdest thing. Just changing the buttons around. All of a sudden, the game became a breeze. Just 2 buttons. It was the weirdest thing.
It is weird because if you have something set in your mind that's the way it should be played, sometimes it is hard to get around that you're like, nope. If you change some stuff up, but sometimes if you change that halfway through, it can screw you up too, where you're like, oh, okay, I just realized I got used to it the way it should have been played. Now I screwed myself up. Right. And
to be honest, I've never played this since we beat it.
Really?
When this come out? I can't remember when this came out, but like 99, 2000 or something like that. I haven't. This has been sitting on my shelf and in my collection, and I've never played it since we beat it. So this is one of those ones I need to go back and try it again.
Need to take a trip down memory lane.
Yes, but I can't remember. I gotta remember the change the controls before.
Change the controls.
I think we made a joke that I think the programmers made like a secret code that if you went in and changed the controls, it turned on like easy or it did something. I don't know, because it was just the weirdest thing. Because you have no idea how many times we went through it, not being able to do it.
And then just change the controls.
And then we changed the controls, and then right after that next playthrough, boom, we beat it.
Crazy.
Go figure, right?
Weirdest thing. So this game is like highly like one of my favorite games in my collection just because of that memory.
Yeah.
Like that's it. But I recommend this game. It's really fun, good co-op, arcade beat 'em up,
expensive as old hell,
3D beat 'em up thing. What's that?
It's probably expensive as old hell now.
I have no idea. I've never looked it up.
All Dreamcast, even define anything Dreamcast up around here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, Loco's saying it's almost 4:30 here, and have to tap out. Have a great night, everyone. Great stream. Thank you so much, Loco.
Thank you.
I feel bad because Loco left me like such a great comment on, I think not the last video, but the video before. And I keep saying, I got to comment back, but I need to be on my PC to do it because I like to respond back like with as much effort as somebody's put in. I'm like, okay, I need to give you a good comment back. I am going to comment back. I promise.
Yeah, I'm just looking it up now because I'm curious. Oh, Loose is 27.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's not bad.
Completes 37. So
What?
I paid $32 for it.
It hasn't gone up barely at all.
It's gone up like a few bucks.
I'd play. It sounds like something I'd play.
It's a fun game. Just change
Yeah.
the controls and you'll be okay.
Yeah, we just have to change those controls. You're gonna have. Will you remember, or do you need to put like a sticky note on it?
Oh,
Or is
every
it
time I
burned
look
into your
at,
brain?
every time I see that, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember
burned
that.
into your brain.
Yeah, just like the up down down code, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Konami code. It says forever. I'll probably forget like phone numbers here and there, but I'll never forget Konami code, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Those special moments and those special memories.
Typing on a touchscreen still tough after years. Made me think of
I screw it up.
Made me think of
I
my
hate
old
that.
PC because it had touch. My old laptop had touchscreen.
Touchscreen. It was weird.
I don't know why I needed that, but I really wanted it, and it was barely used it. But when I did, I was like, "Oh, cool! Look at me do this." I still touch this one, and it's been a couple years since I've had the other one, and I still try to touch the screen on this one, and I'm like, "Nope, that doesn't do that."
I
Every
hate
time.
typing on my phone. I
I
always hit the wrong
hate it.
things.
I hate it. I'm too
He
old
does.
for this shit.
He does too.
And now I understand why people use all the little acronym things like BRB and all that stuff because it's like
I'm
I'm not writing sentences.
Mr. Emoji here.
Yeah.
He just sent you an emoji. Yeah.
Yeah.
Corona in a can said, off-topic question. I just got the Silent Hill HD collection on Xbox 360 and never played any Silent Hill games. Should I play part 1 first or jump right into 2?
I would say 2 is better than 1.
Yeah.
But
Supposed to be the best one.
I always like to start from the start. If I
Yeah,
can.
I'm one of those people.
I mean, I'm
wanna
that
see
way
the
too
first.
with stuff, but 2 is definitely better than the first one. I only picked the first one because it was what really was the first game that scared me, you know, like freaked me out and like really got me interested in the horror whole.
I would say if you're planning on playing the whole collection, start at 1.
Well, yeah.
If you're already planning on playing it all, I would just start at 1.
Is
Cliff
collection, is that 1 and 2 or 2 and 3?
Oh,
I think it might be
have
2
no
and
idea.
3
It
to
might
be
be
quite
2 and
honest.
I don't have it, so
I don't know if 1 is on there. I might be wrong, but I think I have it on PS2 though. Do I? No, I have it on PS3.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was looking around because I was like, I know we have it somewhere.
PS3. I do think it's 2 and 3.
It might be 2 and 3. Cliff Racer saying, as I become more frustrated, my typing becomes more abbreviated. Yeah.
I run washroom before we say bye to everybody.
Yeah. And my personal laptop doesn't have a touchscreen, but my work one does. My kids laugh when I get them confused and keep tapping the screen. You know what's the worst? You know what's the worst? And it makes you look like a real ass. When you read, like I like to read every now and again, but I have a Kobo. I don't care if I have a physical book. It's weird because I'm a physical collector. But as far as books go, I feel like I'm like, oh, dirty. I don't like touching the paper all the time, but I have the Kobo. So I put all my books on there. Plus it stores so much more and I can take them with me. If I have a physical book in front of myself, I have seen myself tap on a page and I'm like, bitch, you just turn that page. Like you don't tap on a page, turn the damn page. You can't. Like I have done that several times, not just once, like several times tapped a page. It's the dumbest thing, but you know, what are you going to do? That's what I do. Oh, we're getting confirmation that part 2 and 3.
Okay.
Yeah. And Negabomb saying they're not really related, so I would say 2. And he's also saying 2 and 3.
That is true.
And Hookzilla is saying she prefers physical books first. Oh, I showed my kids one of my tube computer monitors, and they were like, is that from the 1900s? I remember when Scott started working with me at the daycare like many years ago, and then he went back to his old job. Alex asked him because he couldn't remember. He said, what did you used to do before you worked at the daycare? Because he was young when Scott came and started working the daycare with me. And he's like, well, I used to work at a place where I ran a machine. And Alex looked at him like really puzzled. And he was like, you had to run a machine? didn't they have electricity back then? And he was like, I didn't physically run the machine. Like, he thought he had to keep it powered with his own momentum. He was like, no.
Flintstones or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the 1900s, yeah, that totally made me think of that. We got that kid a phone on the wall, and he was like, what the hell? Like with the cord, the big cord, you could stretch for miles and miles and miles and miles. Yeah, we got him one of those when we had a home phone, and he thought it was the best,
just a novelty
ever.
We still have one of those hanging in our kitchen.
Yeah.
Yes,
because they have like this big, the junction box, I guess, where it hooks into. Yeah. Like if I was to take that out, it would make this big hole, and I'd have to patch it. So we just left this phone like up there. It doesn't work. It's not plugged in or anything. It's just hanging there.
No,
but we can see it, and it's a great memory of like and my kids, way back when they started to be like, "What is that? What is that phone?" It's a phone. That's how they were.
I would love to get one of those old rotary phones, and
my parents
see if Alex should actually call somebody on it.
Yeah.
When growing up, we had a phone. The upstairs phone was a rotary phone on the wall in the hallway. That's how it was. So if the phone rang in the middle of the night, you had to get out of bed, walk to the hallway, pick it up off the wall, and find who it was. And it was right outside my bedroom, like right outside my door. When that thing would go off at like 2 a.m. with a bad number or whatever, wrong number. That thing's so loud. It sounds like a school bell,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Really loud. I can do you one better than that. We used to have a party line. So your phone number.
Oh my God.
If your phone would ring and you got like kind of 2 distinctive rings or like a ring and a half or something, that was your call. But if it rang differently, it was your neighbor's call. There was like 3 or 4 of us on this line, and that's just how it worked.
The phone would be ringing all day long.
Yes, that's exact. Or you'd be talking on the phone, and your neighbor would pick up, be like, "Are you done yet?" And like, "No, I'm still on this call. You'll have to wait." And we had a party line when I was younger. It was the weirdest thing. We were like one of the last people on a party line.
I was going to say, wow.
It was the weirdest. I don't know if somebody was just too cheap to like peace out and give up the party line. Andy's saying he had a party line too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Party line. And yes, you would tackle each other when the phone rang because it was a big deal. Now somebody calls, you're like, oh, fuck, just text me, please. Like, why are you calling me? This is why we have text.
When I was a kid, the phone would ring. You would be like, I want to get it. Who is it?
Yes.
What is that? And now when our home phone, because we have a landline still here, because it's like, it only adds like not that much to our cable bill. So we figured we just have a landline too. But every time it rings now, I'm like, what the?
Yes.
Another telemarketer. What the hell?
Yeah, just telemarketer. Yep. Nobody I love would call me on the phone because they love me. Like, why would you do that to me?
Yeah, every time our phone rings, my famous thing to say is, "Who do I not want to talk to right now?"
Yes, yes.
And then I love now caller ID. When that became a thing, because now I can be like, "Oh, screw that."
No thanks.
No thanks. Yep. Not today.
Mine is always, why is my mother calling me at 11 at night? Like, this happens. And it'll just be something like, Jen? I'm like, what? She's like, what color are the apples you usually buy? Because we're going to buy apples, but which ones do you like best? And I'm like, why does that matter to you which ones I like best? Well, we wanted an opinion. I'm like, at 11 at night? Call me at an appropriate time, you crazy person. I'm like, no. I don't even want to answer the question. Like, no. But it'll be that sort of question. It'll be something you could ask me tomorrow when I'm awake and not ready to go to bed and not being annoyed by a stupid question.
Yeah. Well, what's great. My dad has figured out that, like, since we got like young kids, the house can sometimes be a little bit crazy at the moment. Like,
Yeah.
I can't really talk right now because I got one kid screaming and I got other kids like doing this. So now when my dad calls, the first thing he says is, "Hey, can you talk?"
Yeah.
So he's learned to be like this, like considerate, like, you don't have to talk. It's not an emergency. I'm just calling to talk. So can you talk?
That is awesome. Megabob saying his parents still have one on the wall, and it's the size of a PS5. They're huge.
PS5
Yeah, that
is huge.
phone as a kid is still on my parents' wall and still operational.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, I don't know. Did anybody else do this, or was it just our crazy family?
Yes.
That wall the phone was on in the hallway ended up being like a bus station bathroom. My brother would just write
numbers,
shit right on the wall, like people's phone numbers and shit.
Just right on the wall?
Take a pen and write Bill 413 blah 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 blah. That whole wall, I wish to God, because it's been painted over now, but I wish to God I had a picture of that wall because it was covered with phone numbers and messages and stuff. And my parents just were like, this gave up yelling about it. And just let it happen. So that whole wall looked like a train, bus station, like bathroom, like for a good time call.
That is the best thing I've ever heard. We never did that because I'm pretty sure my mom would have smacked me upside the head. And I'd been like, your 80s parenting has me convinced this is a bad choice. Now, like, I could tell Alex not to do something a couple times. He's like, I'm probably going to do it anyway.
Now for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, like
and I just
most people have like those Rolodex things. Like, I got to look up Susie's number. And you just go like, look it up. No, we're like, what's Susie's number? Oh, hold on a second.
Check the wall. Let me check the wall.
Oh, here it
is. Oh my God. Or Nick is saying when answering machines had those two little tapes you had to erase when they got full. Yes.
Yeah, we never had one of those.
Oh, Andy's asking, did you ever listen on the party line? Yes. Oh my
man,
God.
that must have been something.
My parents never got cell phones.
Good for them.
Yes.
I hate mine.
My parents only got one because my sister put them on her plan.
Oh.
But they only got like the flip up, like
something easy.
Takes like the 1 megapixel like picture. And he never has it on.
No.
Never.
No, they don't.
Never on.
I was convinced my dad had no idea how to text.
So I don't even bother calling his cell anymore. My parents.
No.
I just call the house.
People don't call
they're not
me.
home. I leave a message. I'm just like, whatever.
Well, nobody can call you because nobody has your phone number.
I know, it's awesome.
My mom once asked for Scott's phone number, and he's like, "No, why? Call Jen.
Call Jen's number."
And she's like, "What? You're not going to give me your phone number?" He's like, "No, you're just going to call Jen. Then you're going to call me to talk to Jen.
Yeah, you're going to call Jen. She's going to be busy, not answer the phone. Then you're going to call me to find out where Jen is." No.
I think she might have it now because she was offended. And I was like, here's the phone number. Just don't use it.
Just never call them.
Just never call them. I love my mom. It sounds like I don't. But she will call you 17 times to get a hold of you. In a row. She may send you. This is my favorite. My mom will send me a picture of something. And it will not even load yet on my phone. And she'll be calling me and say, "What do you think?" And I'm like, "Well, could I look at it first?" Because I haven't had a chance. Every single solitary time. Every time. Yeah. I'm like, let me look at it first. Let me digest this moment. Don't call me 3 milliseconds later. I haven't seen a picture yet. So now I have to say, hang on. And then look at the picture. It's the dumbest thing. But I love you, Mom.
I got a coworker like that. Like we have a Teams chat thing in our company, so we can like message each other, especially with just working from home stuff. But she'll be like, "Did you see that email I sent you?" I'm like, "When? Just now." I'm like,
You still send emails?
I'm like, well, can I even take a look yet? Like,
No.
you sent the message before the email even got to me. It's like,
Oh yeah.
oh my
Every time.
God.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Oh, hamburger and
Fun.
football phones. Yes. Writing on the wall. You're dead. Damn bunch of numbers. That's what would have happened in my house.
Yeah.
Oh, my mom does that to Mitch, and his mom does that to me. Call and be like, "Is so and so there?" Yeah, no, they have their own phone. Call them. That's why we got it for them.
Yep.
Oh man, we could talk about this all night. I'm convinced we could.
Yeah.
I think at some point we have to let the hostage go.
We're caught up. Yeah.
Or we'll just continue to keep you hostage. Do you have a safe word you'd like to use?
I have no safe word. No.
Yeah, have no safe word.
I got a safe word.
You have a safe word?
Yeah. Almost did a beer.
Oh, you're almost. That's a safe phrase. That's a safe phrase.
Empty glass.
Oh, three-way calling. So calling a girl for you, so your friend will be listening. Yes, yeah. Do you like so and so?
She likes crying on the other line because she said no.
Oh man. Okay. Well, shit. I think we have to end it here. You know what? There's still 40.
We're talking about freaking rotary phones, for fuck's sakes.
I know. We're like all the way back in the day.
What in the hell?
Somebody
just clicks on now. There. What is Grandma and Grandpa talking about here?
Pretty much. We still have 39 people hanging out with us, and I feel bad for cutting this off. But you know what? We
save more for next time.
We'll save some for next time.
Yeah.
I want to let you know we're really thinking about a great big. I think we're going to do it. A great big get to know gamer at the end of the year. Well, probably
first week of November.
We're thinking first week of November. We'd like to have everybody on that's been on.
We'll do like half hour, 30-minute segments where we have maybe 3 or 4 people at a time on like a panel.
And we'll have questions. I think
viewers
it would be
get to ask questions and
so
stuff,
much fun.
And then we'll just rotate people out so we don't hold you hostage forever.
Yeah,
that'd be neat.
Yeah. So if you're interested, we'd love to have you back on. This was so much fun.
Yeah, it's a blast. I was worried. I was like, oh, what am I going to talk about?
No, I think it's
phones.
We'll talk about
VHS tapes.
It's the best time. And I'm a woman, so I will fill awkward silence with conversation. That's what I do. It's my superpower.
Yeah.
And there was no awkward silences, so I didn't even have to use my superpower. Thanks a lot, guys.
What's funny is my wife's I don't know if she's been watching or she'll watch this later, and she'll be like, you don't talk this much with me, because I'm always like, oh, yeah.
Send your thumbs up emoji. This conversation's over.
The famous thing is we'll be driving somewhere and I'll just be looking out the window because she's driving, and she'll be like, what you thinking about? I'm like, nothing. Goes, what do you mean nothing? I'm like, nothing. She goes, how can you do that? I'm like, oh.
For guys, that's what we like.
It's just nothing.
Yeah.
He looks at the window sometimes sitting on the couch, and I'm like, what are you looking at? And he's like, literally nothing. I'm like, why?
Enjoying it.
And then that's
enjoying this empty space.
And then that's what I say. But that's what I say to him. My fuck, you're old, because you're just staring at the window, looking at leaves and grass grow. Like,
it's peaceful.
Like,
it's how we meditate. It's how guys meditate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It centers us. It's just...
I'm just looking at a rock.
Yeah,
great rock. Jesus. Okay, apparently next time we will talk about British Knights.
Okay.
And that's what we're going to do.
Sweet.
Nick's convinced we're going to talk about British Knights.
Well, you get on and remind us.
Yes.
Nice.
Get on next time and remind us. Okay, guys. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Thanks again to 8BitGlitch79. Use no bitch. Thank you so. I said use no bitch. I didn't say you was a bitch. I said that. Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming on. And
thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. And until next time, game on.
Glitching out.
Glitching out.